Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We are here for the final test match of the British and Irish Lions tour of South Africa. Should be a very exciting one, and at this stage, the series is 1-1, which means there can only be one winner in this one, unless, of course, we end up with a draw, which a lot of people are saying could be on the cards here. Could be a very close game between these two sides, but if you do enjoy this live stream, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. We are going to be doing a bit of build-up to the game, and then we will be getting right into the live commentary for this one. And I am buzzing for it. I feel like last week when I did get up at this hour, I was a little bit more tired, but I'm wide awake at the moment. Don't know what it is. I guess maybe it's just the factor of that there is a lot on the line for both of these teams, but I hope you are all doing well. We have got in the chat, Aiden, and also we have got AKA Just a Dog. Welcome into the live stream, mate. We have got a few early morning risers here in New Zealand for this matchup. What's your final predictions? I always struggle to pick winners, as you guys know, but I am going to say that the Springboks are going to be able to sneak this one by, I'm going to say it's going to be 6 points in the end, and that has changed a little bit dependent on when you guys have heard my last prediction. Originally, I did say 10 to 15, but this British and Irish Lions side, they've got some good players who they have brought into the side. Of course, Faf de Klerk, and also it will be Peter Steph de Toy missing out for the Springboks in this game, but we will look straight at the Springboks starting lineup for this one. Springboks by 10, says Carl Pedersen as well. But nonetheless, this is going to be the starting lineup for the Springboks in this one. Tell you what, I might actually move myself over to the side so that you guys can still see me, I should say, because of the fact I'm kind of squeezed. Hopefully this will work. If it does, it would be very nice indeed. 3, 2, 1, boom. We are over to the side, right. Looking at the starting lineup for the Springboks here, looking at the front row, Kitsov, Umbonambi, and also Frans Mahalba, so no change there from the last match, and I feel like at the scrum time, they were able to win a few penalties, the Springboks, so they will be hoping to do that in this game as well, although bit of a chain front row for the British and Irish Lions in this one. Then you've got Eben Etzebeth starting at 4. His physicality in that game last week was shown. He was getting right in the face of Alan Wynne-Jones and also Maro Itoje. Pretty much anyone who wanted to get in the face of Etzebeth, he gave it right back. And that is the physicality that he needs to bring in this game as well. Lud Diaga going to be a key for them when it comes to the lineouts as well. Then it's the captain, Sio Khaleesi, starting at 6 here, wanting to be able to captain his side to a win of this series. That's the thing. I mention it all the time. The last time a side lost a game, the first game of a British and Irish Lions tour to go on to win that tour was 1989. The Springboks are on the verge of being able to make history if they can get the win here. But, of course, that is going to be easier said than done. Franco Mostert going to be starting at 7. That is because of the injury of Peter Steph de Toy. And then it is going to be Jasper Visa going to be starting at 8. Looking at number 9, Cobus Reinach going to be starting at 9 rather than Faf de Klerk, who is unfortunately injured, which is not what the Springboks would have been wanting going into the third game. He was pretty much going to be 100% starting this one, but unfortunately does mean that he is going to be out. But Cobus Reinach, still a very good player, and he will be hoping to link up with Handré Pollard very nicely. Now, Handré Pollard, a lot of times people have been questioning the kicking game of that man in this series, but his 50th game didn't go to plan for him. But then the 51st, I felt overall his kicking was very strong. And also, we saw a little bit of that dynamic kicking game. I mentioned it at halftime in the last match that the Springboks need to throw something different other than the box kicks. And now with Reinach at 9, maybe that will be the case, as well as Pollard. He was able to nail that cross kick out into the hands of Makazole Mapimpi out on the wing in that last one. Looking at the midfield, though, this is where the Springboks have been able to make meters for fun throughout this series, and that is Damien Dialende and also Lucanio who was able to score the other try last week for the Springboks. That's the thing, only the 2 tries last week. There were no tries scored by the British and Irish Lions. Makazole Mapimpi going to be starting at a number 11 in this one, able to score last week as well, and he will be hoping to continue getting a few more tries on the board, perhaps in this one. And one man who really desperately needs a try, Cheslin Colby. For me, he hasn't had the best couple games up against the British and Irish Lions, and I think it is because of the fact that we hold such a high standard to that man's ability. He is just absolutely phenomenal, probably lucky at times in that last week's match because of the fact he was through a war, that is for sure. Also ended up with a yellow card, but Cheslin Colby here, I think he needs to find himself on the try scorer sheet. And then Willie LaRue starting at fullback. He was getting in a little bit of tussle last week up against some of those British and Irish Lions players. Him and Stuart Hogg were going neck and neck, and it is going to be interesting to see what he can do. We will read the chat, and then we will look through the starting lineup for the British and Irish Lions. We have got there, we see 8 tries. We will see 8 tries, says Aiden, and also we have got not a fan of Reinach starting, says Carl. Who would you have gone with instead? Would you have gone with Yankees? seeing as Faf de Klerk is injured at this stage, and we have got 27 to 36, a Lions win, says AKA Just a Dog at 1 a.m. here in Sydney, and I'm wide awake. Hopefully I stay like this as well, says Johnny Boy. That's the thing. Last week, when I got up early for this game, I was half asleep, and I'm wondering if it was because of the fact I decided to wear shorts to bed today, which sounds like a weird thing to say, but last week I wore pants, and I don't normally wear pants to bed, so I feel like I didn't really get the best night's sleep leading up to the game. But for some reason, I don't know, shorts might be the key for myself here, and also it's because of the fact, I ran into a door before, so that kind of wakes you up very quickly. You got to go through it, not into it, but yeah, now I am awake, and I'm not concussed, which is a good news. For myself, we have got Mapimpi to score a hat-trick with Colby as well, says Aiden. And also we have got the Yes Lad Lions by 2 points. Finn Russell with a sweetly struck glass second of the game drop goal. He is on the bench, and he is unpredictable, that is for sure. So maybe, that could be the case. He is such a talented player, Finn Russell, and he's dangerous. Anytime he gets that ball in hand, you don't know what he's going to do, and that is something that they're going to have to be very careful of. The Springboks there, we have also got in there 22 for 24. For the final prediction. And where's Rassi Erasmus, says Carl. I haven't heard anything mentioned about him this week yet, so I'm not too sure what's happening there. I know he got fined, I think, if I'm not wrong as well. And we have got cannot see the Lions winning. Box defense is awesome, says John. Yeah, it would have been a big kind of put off for the British and Irish Lions last week with the fact that they weren't able to get over the try line at all in that game. They need to find an early try, probably, I would say, in the first 20 minutes of this game, just to really give themselves like a little bit of confidence going into this one. But of course, I've got a few changes that maybe we'll be able to do. So we've got Mapimpi to score a hat-trick with Colby as well, says Aiden. And also we have got Go Box, says Eskaroi, rooting for the Bok, of course, says Eskaroi. Sorry, that was Lady. And also we have got, look at the battle in the midfield, Dialende and Bundy Aki. It's going to be mental. Let's hope both men can stay on the field. I predict an ambulance or a yellow card for at least one of them. Yeah, that's the thing. 2 Munster teammates, Damien Dialende, Bundy Aki. 2 extremely hard ball runners. I feel like at this stage, like those two could either well and truly run over the top of each other or just have a chess match throughout this whole one. And that is why I'm so excited for it. And we have, it's got 42-14 to the Springboks, says Aiden. And also we have got hello to everyone tuning in for the third and final chase, hoping for a fair game with a good discipline. The last thing we want to see is this Legends heading for the Simbin. Yeah, we saw 2 yellow cards last week. There was debatably going to be a yellow card in that week before, but we didn't have it there, and now it is one of those ones that, yeah, you hope the referees aren't the main talking point after this match. They have been for the first 2, and I feel like we want to see it be all about the players who are out on the field, because we have seen some very good rugby being played by those players, and we hope that it is going to be the case in this one as well. Whereas Faf, he is injured, unfortunately, did have a knee injury late in the last match, so it does mean Kobus Reinhardt going to be starting at 9, and it will be, I believe, Herschel Youngkies coming off the bench here for the Springboks. But we will look at the starting lineup of the British and Irish Lions as well while we are at it. Looking through, they have got a couple changes in that front row. It is going to be Wyn Jones. He was originally the chosen prop to start the first match, but unfortunately, due to a shoulder injury, he did get ruled out of that first contest. But he is back, and that is one thing. Marco Vunipola for me, had a very good match last week, so he will be dangerous off the bench. I have a feeling Ken Owen starting at 2, his first start of this tour so far, and what a time to make the start when you are up against the Springboks in a decided test match. It's going to be tough for him. Tyke Furlong starting at 3, though. And then we look at the locks. Mara Itoje at 4. Had a very good game in the first match up against the Springboks. Need to make sure that he can do the same in this one. Can give away a few penalties at time, Mara Itoje, but also it is just that presence of always being in a rolling ball and always in the breakdown just to really annoy the Springboks. And we've seen Eben Etzebeth, if he gets his hands on Mara Itoje, could be dangerous news for that man. But we have got Wyn Jones at number 5. He has been one of the keys for just in terms of leadership for the British and Irish Lions throughout the last few tours that he has been on. He is just one of those players. He seems to just add caps to his international schedule for fun. And it's just going to be one of those ones that maybe he will be able to help lead his side to the first away win in a series in South Africa since 2000? It's 1998. No, I might have that date wrong. You guys might have to help me out there. But Courtney Law's going to be starting at 6 once again. Tom Curry at 7. And he was also getting fired up in last week's match. Jack Conan starting at 8. So the only changes in that front, or their 4-pack, I should say, is the front row. Just the 2 changes, Wyn Jones and Ken Owens. Looking, Ali Price is not going to be starting at number 9. I actually believe it has been a late change of Connor Murray. I might actually check that one quickly to make sure I have got that right. But I think it is actually going to be Connor Murray starting this one, if I'm not wrong. Or sorry, I might have that round the other way. It might have been Connor Murray last week, but now it is going to be Ali Price, sorry, I think, is the way that I'm going to get that one round. We will get the lineups up on the screen as well. And Dan Biggar going to be starting at 10 for this matchup. And he is one of those players that needs to make sure his kicking game is also going to be very strong. Now, one benefit of this competition is the fact that because it has started after the 1st of August, but because it started before the 1st of August, I should say, it does mean that their 50-22 rule that has been incorporated in the Bledisloe Cup match and also the match that did happen for the Bunnings NPC, that is not going to be in the effect here. So we are going to have the irregular one. But yeah, it is going to be Ali Price starting at 9. So what I meant was Dan Biggar had a very good game. Or not Dan Biggar, Connor Murray had a very good game last week. But now he is going to be not in that starting lineup. Looking at that midfield, there have been a couple changes there. Bundyaki going to be starting at 12. Robbie Henshaw at 13 for this one. And that can be one very dangerous combination for the British and Irish Lions. I will quickly read some of the chat because I am falling behind a little bit. We have got Rugby Hitch in the chat. Welcome in, mate. And come on, Box, from us or from the US as well. So it is nice to know that you have landed safely, mate. And I know that we were very close in our prediction game as well. And it was even closer with Tuipulotu getting added to the All Blacks late in the call-up. But we have got lots of fighting going to happen in this game. Yeah, the physicality and also the amount that these players are going to be fired up is going to be absolutely huge. So they've got to make sure that they don't give away dumb penalties that could cost their team not just this game, but also the series. So you're going to make sure that you are possibly getting it right here if you are one of those big forwards who are going to be going at it. But also, I mean, these backs have shown that they can well and truly throw their weight if they need to. But at this stage, speaking of someone who can throw his weight, Duhan van der Merwe out on that left wing once again. Now, it was questioned whether or not he would be playing this match. Some thought that Josh Adams would be slotting into that left wing side, but instead it is going to be Josh Adams out on that right wing, and I am excited to see this man play because he was in some very good form leading into these games. First game that he is going to be playing of the Test series. He was already sitting on about 6 tries so far. So it's one of those ones that it's going to be pretty awesome to see him get his first chance. The last time we saw him play, it was actually the day or the game before his wife had a baby. So congratulations to that man, and he will be hoping to bring home a series win for them. But Liam Williams going to be starting at 15 as well. That is replacing Stuart Hogg, who did start the last match, but unfortunately just putting the ball down a few too many times under the high ball for them to be leaving him out there. And Liam Williams, he is cool, calm, and collected under pressure, and he will be hoping that he can somehow lead or help lead this side into a victory. I'm excited for this match. As you guys can probably tell, like I mentioned, I am wide awake because I smacked into a door, but now it is going to be reading through the chat once again. What did your rugby challenge say the final score would be, said Aiden? That's the thing. I've actually been this busy or that busy this week. I didn't get a chance to play this match on Rugby Challenge, and I am sad about it because of the fact that if I had, I feel like it could have helped me pick who was going to be winning this one. My prediction for my real life one, I have said that it is going to be 8 points difference. No, sorry, I said 6 points difference, and it is going to be in the favor of the Springbok. But we will have to wait and see. But do let me know if everything is running smoothly. It is currently 3:43 a.m. here in New Zealand, so hopefully everything is going to be running as smooth as it possibly can. But also, I should mention, if you haven't already, be sure to leave a like. Also, subscribe to the channel if you are new. We are going to be covering plenty more rugby, including the Springboks taking on the Pumas when it does take place. That is going to be relatively soon. So hopefully all of those games go ahead as scheduled. Where's Fuff and Hogg? He is injured, Fifth de Klerk, and I'm not too sure what's happened to Stuart Hogg. I think they have just continued with that strategy of rotating the players as they go. What's the South African doing playing for the Lions number 14? As well says Aiden, I assume that is possibly Van der Merwe, who we are talking about there. And we have also got there, he's always been short-tempered, even in high school, even at SBF, not sometimes, says Carl Peterson as well for Escaroy, saying that he is short-tempered. Yeah, he's one of those players. He plays with his heart on his sleeve, and it can sometimes be beneficial for him, but then at other times can get him into a little bit of trouble. So we will have to wait and see what one it is going to be in this matchup. We have also got Frenchman Matthew Reynel will officiate tonight. The less he gets involved, the better this game will be. Yeah, fair point. Because of the fact, I mean, we saw in the first game, Nick Berry didn't have the best game, that is for sure. And of course, it was actually what started Rassie Erasmus's first rant about the refereeing. Then we saw Ben O'Keefe in the second game, Kiwi, and I actually feel he didn't do too bad overall. Definitely because of how it went the week before, but now it is going to be Matthew Reynel who will be in charge of this one. So I just hope that he can get this one right. I may have said that name wrong as well, but I haven't quite got the French accent to go with it. Ken Owen, Wyn Jones, and Tyke, the Lions' strongest front row combo for me. It was a shame Wyn Jones was injured for the first 2 tests. Yeah, that's the thing. He's the informed number 1 going into this tour, but unfortunately, just with that injury, meant that he missed out. I have to say, though, Vunipola last week for me did very well. in the matchup. Of course, he gave away 1 or 2 penalties, but he was running hard with the ball and also making the tackles that he needed to, joining the breakdowns. And I feel like if Wyn Jones does that and also just plays the game that Wyn Jones plays, this is going to be a good front row, and they can build on possibly trying to win themselves a couple penalties up against a strong forward pack of the box we have. I wonder how much will be decided by 50-50 calls. Hopefully, very minimal amounts in this game. That is all I'm hoping for. I'm hoping we do get to see the case of it not really being decided by the TMO or any of the referees' decisions. Hopefully, we can just get in that situation of it running smoothly, and we do get a lot of calls that in the end people can go, you know what, this game was called down the middle, and it was a very good game to watch, no matter how the series has gone. We have also got Morning All Kieran in the chat as well. No fuff, not for this game. He is injured, knee injury is the call there. So unfortunately, late in the last game, he did end up getting himself injured. So now he is going to be missing this one, unfortunately, for the Springboks. We have got, hey, howdy, hey, what time is it in America, Katie? Do let me know. I always mess up my time zones, but I know at this stage we are sitting 3:45 in the morning here in New Zealand, but I am more wide awake than I was during the day almost for this one. I am absolutely buzzing. I haven't had any energy drinks or anything, but I think I am just running on pure adrenaline for this game because it should be a very exciting one as well. Wait, you ran into a door, Hamish, is that what you said? Oh, I just like, yeah, I did. Unfortunately, just ended up not going. But you know when you think you're going to, you kind of try and be a race car driver, kiss the apex of the door frame, but instead I just kind of whacked into the side of it. It was only the arm. So it was a little bit dead for a while, but it's all good now. It's working the way that it should be, and it is ready to go for this match as well. Ken Owens, starting is nepotism from Gatland. He's shite compared to the big Cow and Dickie. Yeah, it was interesting. Cow and Big Dickie, says Jerry. Yeah, it's interesting that they didn't start Cow and Dickie again, definitely because of the fact that last week Ken Owens struggled at line-out time. And that is one of the aspects of the game that they need to make sure that they get right here, the British and Irish Lions. So it's going to be a lot of pressure on him, but hopefully he will be able to do a decent job. Will be interesting to see the breakdown, Detoy versus Curry, although Peter Steph Detoy not going to be here for this game, unfortunately. He is injured, so instead it is going to be Franco Mostert starting at 7 for this one. But what we will do also is show the reserves for you guys who are tuning in. There are a couple big changes for both sides on the reserves bench. And we have also got, can you show the lineups against this? Carl Peterson, I will indeed. But first, we will look at the reserves, and they are going to be as follows. Malcolm Marks, Trevor Nakanya, and also Vincent Koch starting off their bench for South Africa. Now, they went to them very early in the first match, went a little bit later to them in the second, and now will be interesting to see what time they decide to go to them in this one. It is going to be Marco van Staden, also Quaha Smith, going to be starting at, I keep on saying starting, but he is going to be at number 20 for this match. Herschel Yankees as the replacement halfback. Interesting that they didn't start Yankees rather than giving Reinach possibly a spot on the bench, but he is going to be starting Reinach for this one. And then Mornay Steyn getting his first chance in this test series. Damien Valimza going to be starting at 23 as well. Then for the British and Irish Lions, Luke Cowan Dickey, Marco Vunipola and Kyle Sinclair. I feel like that is going to be 3 very talented players to have coming off the bench for the British and Irish Lions. Adam Beard, I know that man's got a bit of a fan group at the moment because of how he played in a couple of those warm-up games. Also, Sam Simmons, extremely talented player, and he will be hoping to have a late impact in this one as well. Connor Murray starting, or coming off the bench, I should say, rather than starting last week like he did. Instead, it is Ali Price who will be starting this one. Finn Russell, no sign of Owen Farrell this week for the final test of this series. Finn Russell, instead, the unpredictability could work in the favour of the British and Irish Lions here. And then Elliot Daly going to be starting at number 23. And at this stage now, we will quickly put that back down. We will read all the chat, and then we will go straight back into the starting lineups. Before we get into kickoff, we are only around 11 minutes away. 13 degrees Celsius is the temperature at this stage, and 7 kilometers of wind. So it is a beautiful night, beautiful day, beautiful night, I believe it is, over there in South Africa at the moment for this one. But of course, the first match went to the British and Irish Lions. The second one went a little bit more convincingly to the Springboks, and now we are here for the third match, the decider of this series. Whoever wins it will take the whole series for the British and Irish Lions tour of South Africa. It will either be the British and Irish Lions who can get their first win on South African soil for the test series since the early 2000s, or it could be the win for the Springboks, which would be the first time a home side has lost the first game of a series to then go on and win the series since 1989. We have got Lions are from Africa, okay. We have also got in there, I hate to say this, but I'm tired and go to bed, says, okay, just a dog. It is completely understandable, mate. It is late here in New Zealand, that is for sure. And we have got, well, have you been up all night? I actually decided to go to sleep after doing my post-match review of the Bledisloe Cup. I went to bed, and then I guess it was one of those ones, must have had a power nap or something, because I am wide awake at the moment. I'll probably crash after this live stream, although I have actually got a little bit of something in the works after this live stream. It isn't something to do so much with a live stream or anything like that. It's a little bit of a meeting, I guess you could say. So yeah, at this stage, it is going to be interesting to see how that one goes. It's 9:47 a.m. in the high desert as well. So it is a nice early morning start for you in the Albuquerque, New Mexico. Same pitch as well, says Joe Davies. It is indeed. They are going to be playing at Cape Town Stadium once again for this match. 3 in a row, all played from the same location. I know a lot of people wanted to see this game at Loftus, but I think it was the safer option just to play it from the exact same ground and make sure that all of the players stay safe. I'm not too sure how Los Pumas versus Springboks is going to be going, though, because of the fact that I guess it's one of those unknown factors of whether or not are the Pumas in South Africa at the moment. Does anyone know? Do let me know if you do know so. And a year to watch Rugby 15 since Rugby League has been postponed, says Escaroy. That is true. And it's one of those ones, anyone who's wondering what the golden 100 emoji in the chat is that some of the channel members have been using, it is because the live stream that we did for the Bledisloe Cup between the All Blacks and the Wallabies, that was our 100th rugby union live commentary that we have provided on this channel in only the 9 months since starting doing it. So it is pretty awesome that we've been able to bring that up so early. And now not just to have the Wallabies versus the All Blacks game happening in that 24 hours, it's also going to be the British and Irish Lions deciding matchup as well. We're up to 20 likes as well, so I do thank you all very much for that. If you haven't already, be sure to leave a like. Also subscribe to the channel if you are new. 76% of the votes in the poll have gone the Springboks way in terms of who you guys think are going to be winning this match. That is absolutely huge at this stage, but they are going to be showing the starting lineups once again, so I will do the same. We'll put them up on the screen for you guys. Just a couple changes for the Springboks, not really because they wanted to, but more due to injury. It is going to be Reinach starting at number 9 instead of de Klerk, and then also Mostert going to be starting at 7 rather than Peter Steph-Toy. We'll read the chat as well. We have got Let's Go Bok, says Lelitha. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. Good morning, Mrs. You. From Bulls Sharks game last night, the Bulls won for a change against the Bulls, says Maine as well. And that's one thing I want to be following more of the Curry Cup, but unfortunately here in New Zealand with the Olympics on, they actually decided to stop showing Curry Cup games, which absolutely sucked because I was watching pretty much every single one of them up till that point, but hopefully I can get back into it in the coming weeks. We have also got the Lions will just, we're just such shambles in the second half last week. If they turn it around, they will be one, or it will be one of the all-time great comebacks. Yeah, that's the thing. Both of these sides, there is a lot on the line here. British and Irish Lions tour is not one thing that you want to lose, and it's now going to be a massive moment for them because of the fact that this game will decide the series. It will either be the Springboks being able to win a home series for the first time since 1989, where a team were behind after that first game, or you've got the British and Irish Lions to be able to win away from home without their Barmy Army. And they, of course, are going to be playing in a crowdless stadium once again for this game. But yeah, hopefully we do get to see crowds back very soon for rugby union in South Africa, because it is certainly something that you do not want to miss if you are allowed to go to the ground. Josh Adams scored the first try for me, or scoring the first try for me. LB wanted to prove a massive point after not being selected for the last 2 tests. I was surprised that they didn't decide to use him in the last 2, to be honest, because of the fact that he's such a talented player and he was in some great form as well. So it seems weird that they decided that they would leave him out for those ones, but they have decided to go with him in this one. And I feel like that's a very good option. I almost choked there, but I am all good to go. Then we are going to be showing the British and Irish Lions starting lineup as we are moving closer and closer to the start of this match. Boom Bok as well, says Gareth. And also we have got, are you going to show the game on this? Unfortunately, I am unable to show the game due to licensing. I wish that I could, but yeah, unfortunately, YouTube very strict in that regard, and they would take us straight off YouTube if we were to do so. So yeah, at this stage, we are only allowed to show, or we are only allowed to provide our own live commentary alongside the scoreboard next to us, but we will be chatting with you guys in the chat, which is something I absolutely love about this format, is because of the fact that on kind of regular commentary, you don't get to have that interaction side of it. Like, you won't get to talk to the commentators on the screen, if that makes sense. I absolutely love this format because of the fact I can chat along with you guys while we are talking about the game, and at this stage looking at a strong British and Irish Lions side that will be hoping to cut this game open perhaps. We will have to wait and see. I'm excited for it though. I feel like it could be an interesting one, and hopefully we do get to see some very good moments throughout this matchup as well. But at this stage now, they are just showing the promo for this game. We are only around 5 minutes away from this match getting underway, but I will mention, if you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button. I am really excited for this game. I am fired up. I am ready to go. It is currently sitting almost 4 a.m. here in New Zealand, but my brain at the moment is all rugby, and that is exactly where it needs to be for such a big match. Who wants a website to watch this in France, or who knows a website to watch this in France? Says the G's. Oh, I know that some people maybe are from France in the chat, so hopefully they will be able to help you out there. Reinach is just as good as the clerk, says Joe Davies. And that's one of those ones that maybe him being the number 9. I know that one of the game factors for me that the British and Irish Lions, the Springboks didn't do that well last week, was actually kind of those up and unders, because of the fact it kind of became a little bit stale after about the 10th time that they did it. But this one here, Reinach, I feel like he can bring a little bit of a different style that will maybe be able to help them out here. But now at this stage, we are just seeing that the teams are going to be running out. Lucanio, also a man who was able to score a try last week, he will be hoping to do the same in this week's match up against the British and Irish Lions. I'm excited for this one. I'm just getting the lineups up so that I have got them here on hand as well for this one, but the fireworks are going at Cape Town Stadium for this one. I am excited. I hope you guys are as well. And at this stage, that half an hour or that 25 minutes went by extremely quick. I don't know whether it was just me or whether you guys felt that as well, but we have been talking for around 25 minutes so far. Bundy Aki looking like he is fired up for this game as well. But at this stage now, British and Irish Lions, Springboks, we're getting ready to go very soon. They are just doing the finishing promos. We're going to have the South African national anthem, do we? If I'm not wrong, I believe it is actually, yes. And then from now, we are going to see 80 minutes of hard-hitting action, hopefully only around 80 and not close to the, I believe we had about a 65-minute first half in the last game, so hopefully that is the case into this one as well. Sucks without crowds, man, as well, says Marco Vinopolavia. That is for true. That is for true. That's not quite a sentence. That is for sure. I wish that we were able to have crowds at the game. I mean, when we saw it for the Tri-Nations, or not the Tri-Nations, Bledisloe Cup game between New Zealand and Australia, just brought such an atmosphere to the ground. And I feel like that is one of those ones. This crowd would be going electric right now. Of course, we've got the camera crew and a couple of the coaching staff, but it's just not the same. But it is going to be Damian de Lende making his way out onto the field. I believe it is his 50th test match for the Springboks. Yes, it is. His debut was up against Argentina in 2014, who the Springboks are going to be playing extremely soon as well as part of the Rugby Championship. But at this stage now, we get very close to the kickoff. We have got no need for me to watch the game with this commentary. Evening just joined as well, says Quest. Welcome in, mate. It is very good to see you all here for the start of the match that is going to be happening in a very short moment. Anyone know whether the shame is going to, or if the game is being showed in any pubs in Tibis? Sorry, I don't think I'm going to be able to pronounce that. But I feel like some people from the chat are from South Africa, so they will be able to help you out, hopefully, to let you know. We have got up the box, says Isaac, and also we have got Dan Lende. Looks normal. Oh, no. We have got, is this the actual game? Unfortunately, I am unable to show any match footage or audio due to licensing. They would take us straight off YouTube if we were to do so. So I am sorry about that, but I will be trying my best to provide the commentary for this matchup. And we are now seeing the Springboks make their way out onto the field. They were showing Etzebeth there, and I feel like he is one of those players that if he can bring that physicality that he brought last week, it's not going to take long before there is a little bit of push and shove out there on the field between these two sides. What team or what stadium are they playing at? They are playing at Cape Town Stadium once again for the third time in this tour, or the test matches even. They are going to be playing at Cape Town Stadium, and we have got in their World Cup final repeat. Best two teams in World Rugby, says Jerry as well. And also we have got Fuff is out. He is indeed knee injury. Left Fuff de Klerk out of the starting lineup and reserves for this one. So instead it is going to be Cobus Reinach who will get an opportunity for the Springboks to start this one. Herschel Yankees coming off the bench. When will Finn come on? I feel like maybe they will go with him. I guess it depends on how damn big it goes, but I think they may go with him with about maybe 25 minutes to go. I don't think you want to go too much later than that, because one thing with Finn Russell is if you give him time to play his awkward kind of, it's almost unpredictability that can cost the Springboks here when trying to mark Finn Russell. And it's one of those ones, if you don't give him enough time to create that little bit of doubt in the back of the Springboks' mind, that is when his kind of game plan isn't going to be able to work as well as it can. So it's one of those ones you've got to unleash him earlier in that second half to be able to have a decent chance. We have got their British and Irish Lions first try. As well says Adrian, who do you think is going to be scoring the first try of the match, Adrian, on that British and Irish Lions side? Do let me know. I think I'm actually going with one of the midfielders for either side. I'm going to say it's either going to be Robbie Henshaw or it is going to be Lucanio Arm. I'm going with the two number 13s. I feel like that is one aspect of the game that worked extremely well for the Springboks last week, was that midfield combo of it was Lucanio Arm, and also on the inside, I believe it would have been I've forgotten his name. That feels bad. Damien Dialende is the name I was looking for. If you want to watch the full game, pay for the full multi-choice package. This man has given us a fantastic service as well, says Rigel, and I do appreciate that a lot, mate. But yeah, at this stage, I hope you guys will be enjoying the commentary that we will be providing on the channel. We have done it for the last 2 games. Bundy Aki is in, says Ed Vogel. He is indeed. He is going to be starting at number 12 with Henshaw moving to number 13 in this one, and this is going to be the debut for Bundy Aki for the British and Irish Lions in the test matches, I believe that is. But we are just showing the South African lineup as we are listening to the South African national anthem, and you know that the passion is going to be there. And it's one of those ones. This is a huge moment for both sides. We have had a crazy few moments of the tour, that is for sure, in terms of the fact that originally it seemed like these games could have ended up getting called off, but they were able to postpone certain games, reschedule the others, and now we are here for the final match of the British and Irish Lions tour, and everything is going to be on the line for both of these sides. I am feeling a different kind of way. I think it is the heat in here. At the moment, I've got the fire roaring with the door closed. I'm cooking like it's a sauna, but at this stage, it will feel like a sauna out on there. A pressure cooker, in fact, because of the pressure that will be on all of these guys. Tell you what, South Africa, I have to say one thing. They have got some very nice boots. Like, all of them have different colors. Us with the All Blacks, we kind of have a boot sponsor in the 4-pack and a boot sponsor in the back line. I feel like it got one of those ones. I was going down quite a serious route, and then I was straight onto the boots. But yeah, it is just awesome that this game is going to be taking place. That is for sure. We will look at the British and Irish lineups, or British and Irish Lions lineup, I should say. Lee on the wing and Williams at fullback, says Adrian as well. And let's go Box. Lee on the wing maybe is the first prediction of the Lee on the wing, Williams, says Adrian. I feel like I took way too long to be able to read that one. And greetings from Cape Town, says the Eunice. Welcome into the live stream, mate. And Evan as well in the chat from Gareth. And also, Lions will need to play very offensive running here. They need to make sure that midfield combo works out well for them, because that is one aspect of the game last week that I felt like the Springboks had that little bit of an edge. But at this stage now, the national anthem of South Africa is done. We are ready for the British and Irish Lions tour, the final match of this series. If you haven't already, be sure to leave a like. Also, subscribe to the channel if you are new. We're up to 34. Can we push towards possibly hitting 60 before the end of this first half? If you want to help us out, please do. I think Liam Williams will be fullback. He is indeed going to be starting at number 15. And the head referee, Matthew Raynell, for this one, Ben O'Keefe, assistant referee, and also Nick Berry as the other assistant referee, I should say. But at this stage now, I'm almost grinning ear to ear for this game, because of the fact you know that both of these sides are going to give it their 110% goosebumps time, says Thick Boy. Yeah, I think I have got a few of them at the moment. That is for sure. I hope Cheslin will be brilliant then as well. Yeah, that's one thing. I feel like both of the first 2 matches, he didn't shine to the performance that a lot of people expected of him. But now in this game, what a time for him to be able to cut a game open. We saw it in the World Cup final. That man is a talent and a half, and he just needs to make sure he can get it right for this game. And if he can, Springboks could be leading themselves into a first tour win for a home side who have lost the first game since 1989. But Dan Bigger here, kicking off from right to left, and the British and Irish Lions tour of South Africa after this match will be over. But that is going to be taken very nicely by Franco Mostert, replacing Peter Steph-Toy in this one because of the injury early on in the last week's match. That's the thing. The Springboks, the only changes in that starting lineup are due to injury. But now it is going to be Cobus Reinach who will be kicking this one with the box kick here. Has gone straight up almost. That's going to be taken by Colby, or is it? It's going to be a contest beautifully taken by Cheslin Colby there, but Tom Curry trying to get straight on the ball, not able to claim it though. Just inside of the half of the Springboks now. It's going to be Pollard. Goes across to Willie LaRue, puts it high. And Makazole Mapimpi onto it, and he has been able to take it nicely. 2 high balls taken. Or it's a little knock on from the British and Irish Lions though. And they had the advantage, but then the referee decided to put the arm down. So I guess it was not a knock-on in the end. Now it's going to be Ken Owens driving at the line. That is contact from the man in the number 3 jersey, Malharba. And straight away we are seeing that the Boks are going to be physical. It is going to be Ali Price now going short side. Gives it into the hands of Courtney Laws. I will be trying my best to read through all of the chat as we go. But I do appreciate every single one of you for being here for this live stream. Alan Wynne Jones, the captain of the British and Irish Lions, having a carry, but they are still just inside of the half. Or their own half, I should say, and they are going to be going for the box kick once again. 1 minute 20 into this game already, and it is going to be flying by for this first half. I have a feeling just like this ball's flying, not taken nicely there by Pollard, and it's a little knock on, and it's a penalty as well to the British and Irish Lions there. So more than likely, you would think Dan Bigger will be taking on the 3 points. We have Scott Jean de Villiers, sideline commentator. What a champion as well, says AJ. Yeah, very lucky with who they have had on the commentary. I mean, they also have, I believe it is CJ Thunder, who is up in the commentary box, who was chatting to them before the game. Got some very good players Indeed, we have what's got Fundamover is a Trojan horse once, as if it always a Sapphire as well, says Jerry. And also, come on, South Africa, let's go, boys. And also, come on, Lions, says Simona. But at this stage, if you guys haven't already, be sure to vote in that poll that is next to this live stream in the pinned comment. I believe there is a poll, and at this stage, 276 votes, 78% have said that the British and Irish Lions will be winning this game. But now Dan Biggar that the Springboks will be winning this game, I should say. But now at this stage, it is going to be the British and Irish Lions who have got first chance of scoring on the board, and it is going to be 43 meters out for Dan Biggar here, trying to line it up at a decent day with the boot, but unfortunately missed a couple of the easier kicks that we would have been expecting from in the series at this stage, though, sitting 8 from 10, still very impressive from that man Bok as well from Juan, and that one is going to be missing from Dan Biggar, jinxed him big time there, and because of it now, the score will remain at 0-0. I just had a massive panic moment there for a second because of the fact that on my Sky, it actually said that StreamYard, which is my live streaming software, it said that it was sharing the screen. So I thought that for a second it was actually showing the actual live coverage. Would have gotten me taken off YouTube straight away. Maro Toche not able to claim that 22 dropout, but it is still going to be on the side of the British and Irish Lions. Vanamurva was the man who was able to get it there. Now Maro Toche looking like he is calling a couple of the bigger men over. It's going to be Tom Curry, the Englishman, linking up here. And they have been able to have a nice carry there. Now it's going to be Ali Price goes across to Alan Wynne-Jones, who is going to get another carry, looking like he is going to be very prominent for the Lions early on in this one. Dan Biggar puts a high. Bundy Aki was right next to him there, but now it's going to be put into the sky, taken beautifully by Andre Pollard. Throws the ball backwards as well, and now it's going to be in the hands of Jasper Visa. Going short side now, breaking tackles Bundy Aki, connecting a little bit high with that tackle, and it is going to be head-high contact, which will mean it is going to be a penalty to the British and Irish Lions. You say my name like I'm Mexican? Yeah, sorry about that. I did realize at the time I said Juan, didn't I? But I assume it is one. Is it one? If I'm not wrong, do let me know. I feel like my pronunciation may have been a little bit off there. So I do apologize for that. We have got, dang, I have no milk left for my coffee. Darn, it looks like you are going to have to drink a black coffee in this situation. Believe it or not, I haven't had any tea or coffee, energy drinks or anything like that before this game. I just woke up at about 2:45 and I was just wide awake for this one, Giano. As I said, show the game. Unfortunately, due to licensing, if I was to show any match footage or audio, we would get taken off YouTube for 3 months. And it would also mean that this live stream would be cut extremely short. So we wouldn't want that to happen. But currently 4 minutes through this game. But I do know that there will be highlights. That one was not straight from Mbonambi, going straight into the hands of Mostert. But unfortunately, didn't get that one right there, Mbonambi. And now it is going to be the Lions who have got the scrum feed. Nick Berry, the man on the touchline, is the one who caught that one, and there will be a few cameras on him throughout this game, I have a feeling, but that one was the right decision, just not quite able to throw it straight there. Mbonambi going to the front as well, different tactic, in memory of Full Force Rugby as well, says Gareth. I'm disappointed that his channel got taken down, because like at the end of the day, there were so many people who were watching his channel in terms of being able to watch the game from locations that weren't showing it. So I just feel bad that they didn't end up taking it down. He got up to about 18,000 subscribers. I was actually fully recommending all of his videos like throughout my live streams. I was saying if you do want to see the highlights, they will be there. But unfortunately, yeah, he has been taken down. And it is a shame. Hopefully he gets fired back up and it does start up another channel. But at this stage, a loose forward trio, 20 kg advantage to the British and Irish Lions in this one, 5 minutes into this game. And the scrum feed has gone in. It's going to be a big push. The front row's going down on the far side. But it is going to be play on now. It's going to be in the hands now. Nice little offload from Adams. Gives it now to Bundy Aki, who is just a cannonball in the midfield. And he has been wrestled down to the ground now. Courtney Law's running straight at Kolisi. And also it was Lutiaga. A little offload back to Jack Conan now. Tackled low by, it was a Franco Mostert. And at this stage, the Lions defense, or the Lions attack, I should say, they are already putting together some very nice phases, which is something they struggled a little bit with in the second matchup. And now it's going to be Tyke Furlong driving, but he is going to be dragged backwards or tackled backwards by Damien Dialende. Very impressive from him in defense. Price goes back across now to Courtney Laws. Tackled backwards. They are getting driven backwards here. The British and Irish Lions. What is the next play? It looks like Ali Price is going to be kicking to the sky. I would call that a point to the Springboks. So the fact that at the end of the day, making them have to kick this one, but it looks like Duan Fundamover is going to be chasing it hard or not taking as well. It's bounced off Duan Fundamover's face and has got a few meters, but now it's going to be Pollard kicking it in behind, and he has kicked that ball into touch 40 out from the Lions line. We have got, at the end of the day, you had passionate rugby fans watching from the Full Force vids. Such a shame as well, says Sebastian. Yeah, I feel like it's one of those ones that there needs to be some sort of alternative for on YouTube to be able to watch the games. Like whether it is just the highlights of these ones, I don't believe we're getting too many other than live streams that do, or the videos that get taken down pretty much straight away once they have been up for a little while. But Courtney Law's claiming that one. Ken Owens getting that line out, throw straight, and it is going off the back now to Tom Curry, trying to pierce the gap, but he is once again going to be bouncing out of a tackle. 40 metres out from their own line here, the Lions, and Ali Price going short side to Furlong. Going to be driving at Jasper Visa, who has been able to handle that tackle once again, and they're going to have to possibly look to go to the sky here. Ali Price once again, yes he does. And at this stage, the kicking game from the British and Irish Lions is looking prominent throughout the early stages of this one. Going to be taken nicely by Willie LaRue there. And the Springboks have claimed this one. 45 out from their own line now. Driving forward once again, it is going to be Frans Malharba getting one of his first carries. Or actually, it was Jasper Visa who was able to do that one. And we have got Morning Hamish box by 7, says Birdie V. I actually called box by 6 before the match. So I'm not sure whether or not I will be right in that regard, but could be a very close game, that is for sure, between these two sides. And at this stage, just a one missed kick opportunity. And he's just going around the side, and it's actually going to be stolen by Eben Etzebeth there because of the fact that he was able to just go around the side. The ball was out, and because of it now, it means that the Springboks do receive the scrum feed as the ball was not coming out there, and Elwyn Jones does not look too happy at the moment with that one. Good evening from Muscat as well. Thanks once again for bringing us Rugby Go Box, says Josh Pike. And hopefully the audio isn't too bad through this headset. I was using it for the earlier match that we did between the All Blacks and the Wallabies. So hopefully it hasn't sound too badly. Made 22 tackles, Eben Etzebeth, in the first 2 matches that he did play. And if I've heard a winning combo, that must be it as well, says Sebastian. And also we have got there, I feel like my body is running on tea and rugby and weed lately from Katie. But also we have got audio as good, says Josh Pike. So that is great news because of the fact that I feel like this headset, for some reason, my microphone just picks up all the noise around the room rather than just my voice. And it does annoy me because it sounds very echoey, even though it should be not too bad. But yeah, at this stage, it is going to be another scrum for the Springboks. And at this stage now, if they can win themselves a penalty about 40 or so meters out, perhaps they will be going for the post. But instead, looks like we're going to get to see a set play from them if it goes well. The front rows have gone down there, and the referee going to be saying it is going to be a scrum reset. And it is going to be, once again, another scrum in this one. And we saw a lot of scrums in the game between the All Blacks and the Wallabies as well. A lot of penalties in that game, 24. So hopefully we have only about half as many in this game because, of course, we have seen a lot of interesting calls throughout this British and Irish Lions tour against both sides. So we want to make sure that this refereeing is not the main talking point of the final match stream. Is Smooth Hamish audio plus video 10 as well, says Sebastian. Thank you very much, mate. And yeah, at the end of the day, hopefully, as we keep on going, we will be able to keep on improving these live streams. Which may include, even depending on how the audio is going, maybe one day getting an even more professional headset. I wanted to get one of those ones, the ones how you talk like this, but unfortunately they're about $950 New Zealand. So it's one of those ones I was like, I would love to do it, but it would be a very costly venture. Once again, the scrum is going to be successful for the Springboks. Going back now to Damien Dealende, running straight at a Dan Bigger, who has been able to drag him down. Cobus Reinach now going to Mostert, driving through the line, but he was able to be dragged down by Conan once again. Ryber. Oh, that wasn't the name. Reinach, sorry. Gives it to Pollard. Offload out to Willie LaRue. And that was a beautiful offload indeed. And at this stage now, the Springboks still going to be just inside of the 22. Pollard gives it across to Jasper Visa. Takes it to ground on the 22. And they've got the advantage as well here. Colby playing halfback once again. Gives it to Pollard on the outside. Damien Dealende. They've got numbers here. Lucanio arm. Pinsey is back. Oh, he has been tackled about 5 meters short of the line now. And Reinach going into the hands of Mbonambi. He's dropped it. And now it is going to be a 4 pass. They also called it. So now they are going to be going back for the penalty to the Springboks, who's going to crack first at this stage, says AJ. If we are talking about tries, I'm hoping we do get to see one in this first half. If we're talking about points, this is going to be an ideal opportunity for the Springboks to be able to score it. But Dan Bigger's knee looks like it is all kinds of possibly not looking too flash at the moment, unfortunately for that man. I think it was the tackle he originally made possibly on the ground. No, that is... Where is that Dan Bigger? I'm looking for where the knee may have given away. But at this stage there, was it in the breakdown that it happened perhaps? If I'm not wrong, no. I'm just looking through, trying to find Dan Bigger. There he is. Was the tackle he was trying to make? Oh, he just got a little bit hyperextended, I think, and there. So I think he is going to be back up and running. But at this stage, 11 minutes through this game, Bundyaki, I believe, was the man who gave away the penalty. And at this stage now, the British and Irish Lions going to be possibly giving away 3 points unless they decide to go for possibly a few more points here. The Springboks, audio great, but the view not as much. Good vibes as well, says Peter. Unfortunately, hopefully it isn't running terribly at this stage. I might have to have a quick wee look on my iPad while we are waiting for this game to get back underway. Is it kind of blurry, or is it just my face that you're not too happy with? Perhaps could be the case. But we have all it's got there, right? The radio, it's nearly 4:20 a.m. I'm going to have to self-medicate as well, says Marco Vonapolabia. But at this stage, we'll have a quick look, see whether or not it is the case. I've got to watch an ad. That is a shame. It isn't actually a skippable one as well, which is a shame. Waterboy trolling us again, says Marco Vonapolabia. And also crunches knee, says Katie. And that is one thing they won't want to be doing early on in this match, is losing Dan Biggar. But they have got Finn Russell on their bench. While we have got this opportunity to have a look at it, we will look at the reserves bench for both of these sides. Like I mentioned, no Oren Farrell in the build-up to this game. Also, Connor Murray going to be starting off the bench rather than starting in the starting lineup. I said starting too many times there, to be fair, but it looks like Pollard is going to be taking the tee in hand, and he will be going for the 3 points. Dan Biggar doesn't look like he wants to continue at this stage. He is not looking to flash at all. And I believe it was the tackle on Lucanio arm originally. We're just looking for it. Or the knee dug in. And I feel like it could have been that caused the contact and caused the pain there for Dan Biggar. It didn't look too flash for him. And because of it, it looks like maybe he is going to be going off the field, which means Finn Russell, what an opportunity for that man. He wouldn't have been expecting to play for 70 minutes in this game. Huge amount of pressure on him. But, of course, up against Mornay staying when it's late in this match as well. Going to be the other fly half that they will be going with for the Springboks. But Dan Biggar off the field. Big hit here. Hello, Rassi, as well, says Katie, and good lad yourself for doing this. Thanks, bud, as well. Yeah, I think it is relatively smooth in terms of the picture quality, so I think it's just my face that man did not like. But we have also got there Biggar injured himself falling on the grass. No surprises, yes, says Marco Vonapolabia. But now it is going to be Andre Pollard going to be kicking this ball downfield. Not kicking it downfield, kicking it at the post. Tell you what, my brain all of a sudden has stopped working. So I do apologise for that in advance, but it's currently sitting 4:15 a.m. here in New Zealand. 1 down, 22 more to go. As well, says Gareth. Has there ever been a game that has been called off because the team has physically run out of players? Because if that is the case, maybe that is what could happen in this one. But that one is going over. And now the Springboks will be leading this match at Cape Town Stadium for the final test match of the series, 3-0. Up against the British and Irish Lions. So Jamie George gets selected and then immediately sent home. Oh, did I miss something? I don't think he's played except one time. Yeah, I think I've only seen him once as well. I don't think he's played in the test series. I think it has always been Ken Owens, and also it was Luke Cowan-Dickie. Luke Cowan-Dickie, I think, has been the number one for them in their number 2 jersey. Lucanio arm taking it nicely when he was propped up into the air by Sia Khaleesi, taking that one just outside of the 22 for the Springboks. Looking like it is going to be going into the hands of Franco Mostert now, just trying to drive forward. Trying to possibly create an opportunity for the kick here. Kobus Reinach looks like he is going to be firing it high. And so far, we have seen quite a few kicks from both sides for the box kick. Of course, the 50-22 rule is not incorporated into this competition because of the fact, that's a big hit on Liam Williams, because of the fact that it did start before the 1st of August. Whereas in the Bledisloe Cup, we have actually seen that it is going to be the 50-22 rule. We have got you others in the chat from Rian, and also we have got, I remember when Stuart Hogg knocked out Dan Biggar during a Wales versus Scotland game. That was a nasty contact as well, says Sebastian. And it's one of those ones that we have seen. I mean, injuries throughout this tour overall, other than into those kind of last couple of games, we've actually been not too bad for both sides in terms of the injuries. Of course, Faf de Klerk out for this one, Dan Biggar out for this game as well, and also it is Peter Steph de Toy. But other than Dwayne Vermeulen for the Springboks, is he the only injury that they have had? But there was a big hit on Liam Williams there by Jasper Visa, and it was absolutely huge contact from the big man on the number 15 from Wales. Adjust your scoreboard, bro. Unfortunately, it is actually a live scoreboard from online. So it is interesting that they have decided not to be updating it, but I will quickly, what we will do is while they haven't picked it, it just updated. That was kind of weird. But what I was going to do is I was going to put a scoreboard up down the bottom just as a little bit of a backup one, but now they have decided to update it and it is 3-0. But yeah, it is just off, just online. So I don't actually have the ability of adjusting it, unfortunately. But now at this stage, we have got another stoppage in play, and it will be a penalty to the British and Irish Lions. We have also got Go Bok in the chat from Katie, and do let me know your score predictions in the chat as well. I am keen to hear exactly who you guys think is going to be winning this match and what the score you think it will be. It's auto updated on the line, says Katie as well. At this stage, Liam Williams already rocking a cut under the left eye. Looks like a black eye could be swelling for that man. There's going to be a huge amount of contact between these two sides out on the field, and it is just one of those ones that both sides, it will be a survival of the fittest for this game. We've seen a brutal tour for both of these sides. It looks like Kwaha Smith is making his way out onto the field as well. So another change being made in these early stages. That's going to be for Franco Mostert making his way off the field. Andre Pollard breaking the ice bonfire as well, says Sebastian. But yeah, I believe it is Franco Mostert. Unfortunately, may have taken a bit of a head knock there. So that is why he is off the field. But now it is going to be Ken Owens throwing it into the front. But it is going to be a penalty or a free kick, I believe it is in the end, to the British and Irish Lions for them closing the gap there in that situation. So now Etzebeth, I think, is the man who was penalised at that stage. So it's one of those ones. We've seen quite a few penalties and free kicks early on in this one. It is going to be a scrum for the British and Irish Lions now as they try and get themselves possibly back into this match, as Andre Pollard was able to get the try, was able to get the conversion early on for the penalty. 13 minutes into this game, it has been flying by at the moment, and I'm the only one who watched the game on mute. I switch off the volume and plug Hamish on the speakers and read comments while cheering on my TV screen as well. So it's fantastic charisma, and hopefully the timing isn't too bad in terms of the synchronization. I think that I am around 40 seconds behind the live commentary at this stage, or the live game, because I am watching on Sky Go. Dan Franco is a huge loss. Yeah, they've been losing number 7s at this stage just a little bit too often for the Springboks. That ball's not coming out of the scrum, and the front rows have gone down, and it is going to be a scrum reset. So they weren't quite able to get the big hook there, Ken Owens, in that scrum. But now it is going to be a lucky scrum reset. We have got, I hate to see anyone got injured, but that might be a blessing in disguise. We need a running number 10 to win against the Boks, and Finn Russell is far more of a flair player than a reliable bigger. Yeah, that's the thing. Finn Russell, I said that they would probably end up giving him around 25 minutes at the end of the game to really give himself a little bit of a base of being able to set himself and create those opportunities. And it's one of those ones, he's going to get a lot more than that. He's going to have 70 minutes now to be able to prove why he is such a dangerous player. I'm always late, says fantastic as well. And also, damn, we have got in the chat, Franco is a huge loss. And also, you're just in time, mate, says Katie is indeed. We have still got plenty of time left in this matchup, and 24-18 to the Boks is my prediction, says David, and go Boks, says Alan. At this stage, it is going to be the British and Irish Lions 30 metres out from the Springbok line, and they are going to have once again another scrum feed. I believe this is about the 5th scrum we have had in this one so far. We're on 58 likes already, says Bertie V. I said that we'd aim for 50 likes by half time, so I guess now we are looking at maybe aiming for that 100. That one's gone down in the front row, and it's going to be a penalty for the British and Irish Lions. And I think it was Frans Mahalba taking a knee there in the front row. Oh, no, it was Stephen Kitsoff who did go down. So because of it now, the British and Irish Lions, they will have an opportunity to be able to make it back to an even playing field and be 3-3. We have got Boks 25 and the Lions 31, says Rian. And also we have got, I don't really care about the live commentary. They're awful, very biased as well, says fantastic charisma. And luckily for me, because of the fact I am located in New Zealand, does mean I am straight down the middle in this game in terms of the commentary. And now at this stage, Ty Furlong doing a forward roly-poly there. Unfortunately, front rows going down extremely quick there. And because of it, Kitsoff is the man who is penalised, I should say. And the British and Irish Lions currently sitting 0 from 1 in terms of the kicking by Dan Bigger, but he is not on the field anymore. So now it is going to be Finn Russell with this one from 32.6 out. And we have also got there 410 watching, 60 likes, body slam that like button, everyone, much appreciated, says Katie Dixon. Yeah, if you haven't already, also be sure to hit that subscribe button. It is hugely appreciated, and we are going to be doing the games between Los Pumas and the Boks that are coming up for the Rugby Championship as well. He gets it straight down the middle there, Finn Russell. And now the score after 16 minutes is going to be 3-3 between these two sides. Scappies as well, says Rolly. And also we have got in there, come on Boks, you rock and supporting you, or you rock supporting you from Plymouth, UK as well. Once a green and gold, always a green and gold as well from Tracy. And we have got, I am in Cape Town. I am a Cape Townian, and Springbok supporter, but my gut is telling me that the British and Irish Lions are going to take it by 1 point, says Herman. Hope I'm wrong in the chat as well. Tell you what, if it is only going to be decided by 1 point, we have got a very tense few last moments of this game, that is for sure. But this is going to be a beautiful backline here for the British and Irish Lions, driving their way back up the field, 40 metres out at the moment. Finn Russell, little cross kick pass, and it has worked out, gone straight into the hands of Josh Adams now, who is going to be stepping around. He is going to be driven backwards in the tackle once again by the defence of the Boks. Going short side to one, Fundermover trying to shunt off the tackle. The screen has gone black at the moment here in New Zealand. Hopefully we do get it back in a very short moment, but it did go down for Sky. Yep, it is back now. Only a few seconds of a black out there now. It's going to be going back on the inside to Josh Adams, who was tackled 40 out now from the Springboks line. Going to be going back. Price gives it a bigger inside ball to Courtney Laws. And there is a lot of go forward here for the British and Irish Lions. Going short side now. Price offloads it back. Gives it to Finn Russell, who is trying to drive forward. He is tackled hard by Etzebeth, but it was a little bit too high. And because of it now, it does mean it's going to be another penalty advantage. Furlong linking up with Courtney Laws once again, getting another carry in the early stages of this one. Mara Toje now trying to shunt out or bump out of the tackle of Mbonami. Now it's going to be fun to move running sideways. Great low tackle from Lucanio Arm. Damian Delende trying to steal that ball. Khaleesi able to, but it is going to be going back for the penalty to the British and Irish Lions. And I believe that penalty, Tom Curry's down in the background. Surely we haven't got another injury in this one. And Khaleesi's down as well by the looks of it. Looks like it was something to do with the arm. We can't have any more players going off the field this early on. We have got Stan screaming, is it playing up as well, says AJ. Maybe it was just everywhere at that stage in terms of the Southern Hemisphere, because of the fact we had a black screen for about 4 seconds, and then luckily it did come back. But penalties conceded 4 against the Springboks at this stage, and Finn Russell is going to be kicking this one for the corner. And it's only just outside of the 22 as well. So that is showing straight away that there is going to be a lot of aggression in this British and Irish Lions attack. They will make him plenty of metres there. Ken Owens with a good run, tackled in the end by Kwaha Smith. And then from there, I believe the call, tell you what, that's a nice cross kick from Finn Russell, though, into the hands of Josh Adams. And like we mentioned, it is that dynamic kicking game. And originally the penalty was against Itzebeth, for a little bit of a high tackle. I'm getting too excited for this one at the moment. Go to the box as well. Says Strazza, and also thrash those UK Predators. And also we have got their happy 101 rugby union stream. Everyone says, Sebastian, yeah, we were able to take over the 100 mark. And it is pretty awesome indeed that we have been able to go for 9 months. And in that time, we have already been able to cover so many games of international and also just in general rugby. I feel like my brain, I was wide awake before this game, but now it's decided that it doesn't want to work out as nicely as I'd like to do. But Sia Khaleesi has been strapped up on the wrist, and he is going to be continuing this match. I'm not sure about Tom Curry in the background, though, whether or not at the time he was going to be get him back up. But that would be a big hit for the British and Irish Lions if they did lose him this early on in the match. But it is going to be now an opportunity for a rolling maul here for the British and Irish Lions going to the front to Mara Itoje. Now it's looking set. Only 5 meters out now, and it's going to have to be big defense from the box if they do want to stop them from here. It looks like they may go for that backline movement here if they can't make any more meters. But now it's going to be Ken Owens. It is real. Oh, it's rolling around, and it's going to be Ken Owens. And it's a try to the British and Irish Lions, the first try of the match as well. And because of it, it does now mean that the British and Irish Lions will take the lead for the first time in this match. We are going to quickly add that one in Ken Owens. He was one of the ones in the front row. People were saying that maybe they would have gone Luke Gow and Dickie instead, but that was just a nice rolling maul. And in the end, a good throw to the front to Mara Itoje. We will put that up, and now the try scorers for the British and Irish Lions. It is Ken Owens who was able to score it in the 18th try in the chat as well from you guys, and 25-0 for South Africa as well, says Rolly. And also we have got in there, you haven't had any sleep, mate, as well, says Marco Votopolowia. Although I did manage a couple hours beforehand, which was good, but this was just a nice rolling maul here for the British and Irish Lions, and the aggression paid off because of the fact they decided rather than taking on the 3-pointer, they went, we want 7 here. And that is exactly what they may be able to do here. Finn Russell can get this one over, but now it is the first try for the British and Irish Lions in 2 weeks because of the fact they weren't able to score any in last week's game, and they have already scored in the first 20 of this one. We have got Go Lions Go, says Mick Brown, and also we have got there, Kenneth Boy says Stick Boy, and up the line, says Janice at this stage, in 28 or 25-8 is the prediction now, although Finn Russell still with the kick to come might be able to turn it into 10-3 in the early stages of this one, taking the opportunities. Well done, Lions, says Arno. Yeah, it was a very nicely done. Finn Russell kicks it for the corner, and then from there, it was just that nice rolling maul. I agree, Katie, as well, says I don't care media. And come on, Buck, you got this, says Katie as well. And I'm absolutely bouncing by here, as well, says Thick Boy. At the stage now, Finn Russell currently sitting 1 from 1, of course, was added onto the field a lot earlier than he would have been expecting due to the injury of Dan Biggar. He's got that one straight down the middle as well. So now the score is going to be, after 20 minutes, 10 to the British and Irish Lions, 3 to South Africa. And at this stage now, we're going to be in that interesting situation once again of the Springboks. They were able to score more tries in last week's game, but they will need to score a try very soon in this one as well, or get themselves a penalty. I think they need to find some form of point before we get to halftime if they do want a chance of being able to make the comeback. But it is going to be Franco Mostert back out onto the field. So that means Kwaha Smith going to be taken off. So that must have been an HIA, but he was able to pass it there, which is good news for the Springbok 4-pack. Ali Price there got the ball inside of the 22 now, and the British and Irish Lions will just be clearing their line. Slip there from Ali Price, but still got plenty of height on it. Going to be taken nicely by Jasper Visa, but it was blocking is the call. So now it is going to be Duan Fundamuva shouting out at, I believe it would have been, unfortunately, just a block there. I'm trying to see exactly who it was in that situation, but Duan Fundamuva was the man who was blocked, and now the British and Irish Lions will have an opportunity to once again kick for the touchline. And momentum is shifting big time. We've also got Commonwealth Discipline and Greatness, says I don't care media. And also we have got there Finn Russell is kicking that mate, or kicking the mate. 7 in a blessing, or is a blessing being unveiled as well, says Sebastian. Yeah, very solid kicker, Finn Russell, that is for sure. But at this stage, seems like the British and Irish Lions, I think they have had about 6 penalties against the Springboks so far. Only, I think it is the 3 up against the British and Irish Lions. So it's looking decent for them at this stage. That is for sure. That one's going to be a successful line out. 45 out now. Bundy Aki trying to pierce the line, but he has been dragged down just inside of the 40-metre line. Jack Conan now going short side. Looks like they're almost trying to set up for a rolling maul here, the British and Irish Lions. And it was a standing rolling maul. That is something we haven't seen too often in this series so far. And Etzebeth trying to get straight through the middle. They've actually dropped their ball, and because of it, maybe the last time we see that one, because it is going to be now a scrum feed for the Springboks. We have got 25-10, says Rolly for his prediction. And also we have got the South African flags from Brandon as well. And also from Katie Gobok, says Warren. But I will mention, if you are new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. We are at this stage on the road to 4,500 subscribers. So if you do want to help us out, please do. And it is always hugely appreciated. We'll quickly, while we are at it, have a look at the poll while we are waiting for the scrum reset and see exactly what we are sitting on in terms of you guys predicting. 79% of you have said that the Springboks are going to be able to win this one. So we will have to wait and see whether or not that is the case. But at this stage, they are 10-3 down, and we are sitting on 73 likes as well. So I do thank you all a bunch for that support on this live stream. I'm almost struggling to speak at the moment. I am too excited to see how this one is going to be going. Warren Gatlin didn't look too excited at the moment. He will be very concentrated on trying to get the Lions the win here away from home. We've got, I believe, the Bok are going to win as well, says I know. And also we have got, what did that medic bloke want? I think he was trying to run out the drinks, but I don't think the referee was having it. At this stage now, 40 metres out from their own line here, the Springboks. Reinach puts the ball into the scrum, and it is very solid. Front row's going down. I think it was possibly on this near side, Franz Malhalba, who wasn't quite able to keep the footing, but then it's going to be kicked high by Reinach. Hit the leg of the British and Irish Lions player, and it will now be a South African line out on the 50-metre line. We've got Box. I have to watch Finn's mind games. Yeah, that's the thing. He did a cross kick earlier on in the match. It was a very nice pass in the end out to Josh Anthems, who is another player they will have to watch very closely throughout this game. But Pimpy is going to have his hands full with that man, but it's going to be a very exciting one to see whether or not that battle, whether or not either of those guys can score tries. Because, I mean, Josh Adams, he was scoring them for fun in the lead up to this test series. Hasn't had a game in the test series yet, though. And then also, Mapimpi was able to score a try last week. That one is going to be claimed by the British and Irish Lions. Sorry, for the Springboks, I should say. And that one has gone down in the rolling ball in the halfway line. And it looks like Reinhardt's once again going to be kicking this one. They have been told to use it here, so he might have to pass it off first. And he gives it into the hands of Franco Mostert, going to be dragged down there by Wyn Jones. And it is going to be going back for the player leaving his feet. It is the new ruck, and there is a little bit of push and shove, almost looking like it was going to pursue. But at this stage now, they're going back for the penalty to the Springboks on the halfway line. We have got in there as well. Watch out for his last-minute drop goal. It's going to be unbelievable as well, says Thick Boy. And tell you what, if you have got that 100% correct, I feel like people will start to think that you can read into the future, because you actually mentioned that before the game as well. And I don't know, he's going to have a lot more time in this game than a lot of people would have been expecting, which does mean maybe there's plenty of time for him to unleash that magic that he has got when he does go to just the cross kick at random times, but no one really is able to pick it because of the fact that you got to almost hold off, because you think he's going to be going for that kick. But it's one of those ones that if he doesn't, then it opens up a gap in the midfield as well. I still believe the Bok are going to win. Says, I know we are definitely very early in this game so far, and there is still a total of 55 minutes to go. It's going to the front there to Diaga, and they have claimed that one in the line out once again here for the Springboks. And it looks like they're trying to get that rolling maul going, about 40 out from the British and Irish Lions line, and it's not really going anywhere at the moment for them, so they are going to be told to use it very soon. Mbonambi now trying to get it rolling. Hasn't worked out for them, though, so the ball is down, and it is going to be Cobus Reinach now, who will have the opportunity to either kick this one high or possibly go for those big forwards once again, try and drive forward. And that's one thing. The Springboks so far, they haven't been able to put too many phases together, which is kind of reversed to last week for the British and Irish Lions. Andre Pollard now with a bit of a high cross kick of his own, going to be going just outside or just inside of the 22. That would have been a hard one to call, but he has been wrestled down to the ground there, Liam Williams, and claiming the ball for the Lions. At this stage now, Ali Price calling a shot short side. Looks like it is where they are going. Jack Conan now trying to bounce out of the tackle of Reinach, but he has been able to drag him down. And at this stage now, Ali Price is going to be firing this ball high once again for the British and Irish Lions. So both go. Oh, it's going to be charged down by Franco Mostert, loose one. And now inside of their own 22, the Lions are going to have this line out throw. And we have got Jesko Bok in the chat and Box to win, as well says Maretsa, and also Charge Yeet, as well says Katie, and also the Mauls are failing. Yeah, at this stage, neither side really able to get too much momentum in that one. But of course, there was just the one rolling maul for the British and Irish Lions, and it did turn into the 7-pointer for Ken Owens to be able to score it. But other than that, the Springboks just haven't quite been able to get that go forward in the rolling maul yet. And we have got Jan Feta in the chat. As said, hi everyone, welcome into the live stream. At this stage, just a one try in this match so far for Ken Owens for the British and Irish Lions. That's going to be a free kick once again. The Springboks closing the gap. And that is something that you can't afford to be doing. And it's just going to be Finn Russell booting this one as far downfield as he can. It's going to be bouncing. It's going to be claimed now by Makazole Mapimpi just outside of the 22. It's going to be Willie LaRue now passes it back to Mapimpi with a bit of a step as well, but he is going to be dragged down by Alan Wynne Jones. And at this stage now, the Springboks back in possession. Andre Pollard, another kick here, has gone straight back to the sky. Josh Adams lining it up. Very safe. No, it was Finn Russell who was able to take it very nicely. And now it's going to be Josh Adams with the ball in hand down the wing as well. Umbanambi trying to push him into touch. Has been able to offload it back on the inside. Wynne Jones goes back to Courtney Laws, who is trying to get the legs going, but he has been dragged down by Diaga. And now on the halfway line, the British and Irish Lions once again going back. Russell gives it now to Robbie Henshaw. The space is opening up. Bundyaki gives it to Duan Funamova. And he is going to be shunting off the tackle with Cheslin Colby running sideways. He's bursting through a tackle as well. But he is going to be dragged down 40 out. But he is still going to Duan Funamova. You got to tie up that man's legs now. It's going to be going to the short side. Bundyaki making a couple extra meters for the Lions here. And once again, their gain line, anytime they've got the ball in hand, they are putting phases together, and it is working for them because it is put in the box under pressure. Now it's going to be Price, goes back across to Russell, gives it to Courtney Laws. That is about his 7th carry of the early stages of this match so far. It's going to be an advantage against Umbanambi for losing his footing. I'm trying to say the word, I wasn't quite able to say it, but Liam Williams not able to link up with Josh Adams on the outside. And they have still got the advantage here, the British and Irish Lions. Maro Toje now gives it into the hands of Wynne Jones. Shunting off the tackle of Umbanambi, caught a knee on the way through from Maro Toje, cancelling out. And it is going to be going back for another penalty to the British and Irish Lions. Box lineup, please, CJP. We will put it up while we are waiting for a possible kick to be taken place, unless, of course, they go for the corner once again. But this is the box lineup for this one. They haven't got Fuf de Klerk because of an injury last week. It was the knee injury that does leave him out of this one. And also, Peter Steph-Toy also missing for the box. But other than that, they have gone with pretty much an unchanged lineup. In that regard, Finn Russell now going to be kicking for the corner once again. And it is a very brilliant kick from Finn Russell, only going to be 5 meters out. And once again, the British and Irish Lions, the rolling maul is going to be well and truly on for them here. And at this stage, it is just looking like they are going to be the side who have given away less penalties early on in this match. I believe that is about 8 or 9 against the Springboks so far. And now it will be Owens who will have the line out throw. Can he pick himself up a second try? We will have to wait and see. We have got halftime rack up on the line, says Marco Vonopolo. It definitely will be if they can score here, the British and Irish Lions. But the box defending the rolling maul quite nicely. Maro Toje shouting at the boys here, trying to get them rolling forward, and it slowly is a little bit. And they are breaking off the side. Tom Curry's not allowed to do that, and it's going to be a penalty to the Springboks. Big mistake there, unfortunately, from Tom Curry, breaking off the side. And because of it, it does cost them the chance. And we saw it straight away there as well. Come on, Lions, and drive on there, lads. As well, come on, Lions, fee. As well, says Thick Boy. And also we have got come on, Lions, says Adrian. But I will also show the British and Irish Lions lineup. They have had a few changes themselves. They have got Josh Adams out on that right wing side. And Duan Vanamua, he is still going to be starting at number 11 for this one. Liam Williams at fullback. They've got Bundy Aki starting at 12 as well. And Dan Bigger is no longer there in the number 10 jersey. Instead, it is going to be Finn Russell because of an early injury to the knee of Dan Bigger. But then also the other changes. They've got quite a few of them. Ken Owens starting in the number 2 jersey over Cowan Dickey, and also Wynne Jones starting at number 1 over Marco Vonopola. And what we're at, Hallie Price starting at number 9 over it was Connor Murray, who had a very good game last week as well. And we have also got drive on there, lads. Come on, the Lions, says Tick Boy, and also O in the chat from Katie. But at this stage now, it is going to be the Springboks who will have this line out. Mbunambi needs to make sure that this one is going straight. Tom Curry not too happy with it. The drinks are being run out onto the field by the looks of it as well. So we are going to have just a little bit of a stoppage. Boo the box, as well, says Stephen O'Reilly. At this stage, it seems like overall penalties conceded would be an interesting number to be able to see early on in this match. And while we have got the stoppage, I am going to see whether or not I can get that information up for you guys so we know exactly how many it has been. But I feel like it has just been a few too many up against the Springboks so far. And it has been costing them not just a try, but also just one of those situations that you can't afford to give away meters up against the British and Irish Lions. At this stage now, we are just quickly going to be getting up the stat. In terms of the discipline stat, how many have we got that is registered so far? It says 5 against the Springboks, but I believe that would have been from maybe around 5 or 10 minutes ago. So I think since then they have gone away about 3 or 4 more. We have got in there, had it cleansed. I don't know whether I can read that out, but we have got a couple of boxes from NG Trailers and 477 watching, 85 likes. Smash that like button and subscribe. Y'all much appreciated. Help us grow this amazing channel, says Katie. But yeah, that one is going to be called a penalty, I think it is, to the Springboks there. They weren't able to get that one straight. They're the British and Irish Lions, and because of it now, the Springboks will get the possession back. Go Lions, go as well from Georgia. And we have got in there. No one likes you, man. Definitely an English soccer fan right there. Mome. Who is Mome? I'm not too sure who Mome is. At the stage we have got there, go Bok and come on Box, says Farouk. But at this stage now, total lineouts 4 from 4, one by the British and Irish Lions compared to the 2 from 4, one by South Africa. So instead they have gone with the scrum here, 30 out from their own line, 30 minutes into this game as well. So we have only got 10 minutes left of this exciting first half. And it will be interesting to see how many more points we will be able to get on the board for either side. But if you do enjoy this live commentary, be sure to leave a like. Also subscribe to the channel if you are new. Road to 4,500 subscribers at the moment. This is our 101st rugby live stream that we have done on the channel. And now at this stage, okay, they are just having a chatting to from the referee to the 4-packs here. And we have also got in there in the chat. I tell you what, we have got a lot of people supporting the Box for this game. I do see on the live poll, we've had over 600 votes and 77% of you have said that the Springboks will be winning this game. We are also sitting on 90 likes. So let's see if we can push towards hitting maybe that 100 likes before we get to halftime. 10 minutes to do it. Let's see if we can do it. 100 plus 1. Says Katie, it is indeed. And yeah, that golden emoji is only going to be available for 24 hours on the channel for those channel members. If you do want to become a channel member, the link is the pinned comment in the chat. But nonetheless, it is now going to be driving forward once again here for the British and Irish Lions. They have been able to claim that one, and now it's going to be Ali Price goes back into the hands now of Robbie Henshaw. He will run hard at the line every day of the week, trying to get on that. Was Damian Dearlinde not able to, though. Now it goes Price to Alan Wynne-Jones, looking for the offload, picked up as well. He's found the offload to Maro Itoje, who is trying to run over the top of Colby, but he has been dragged down, and Damian Dearlinde straight on the ball, and that's going to be the penalty for the British, or sorry, for the Springboks. I'm getting my names well and truly mixed up at the moment. Love the commentating, man, says George. Thank you very much, mate. Hugely appreciated you guys all being here for this third match of the British and Irish Lions tour. And at this stage, it is the decider. Could go either way. And that is why I am so excited for the final 50 minutes of this game. We've still got plenty of time left in this one, which is why it is going to be so awesome indeed. But yeah, I do thank you all very much for being here. At this stage, we are sitting 4:42 a.m. here in New Zealand. But there was one thing for sure, and that was I was not going to be missing this game because of the fact it's going to be an absolute cracker. But that was Maro Itoje running up the middle of the field, just running over the top of Cheslin Colby, but great low tackle from him. And in the end, Damian Dearlinde straight in that breakdown and was able to win the penalty for his side. Go, Bok, go, says Johan, and also 100 likes. Thanks, y'all. Have we hit the 100 already? I felt like we would have been pushing towards maybe 100 by halftime. But at this stage now, the fact that we've already been able to get there is pretty awesome. The gap's been closed now by the British and Irish Lions this time. So that is the third time we've seen a side penalised in this match for that. Alan Wynne-Jones can't believe it, although it has gone two ways against the British and Irish Lions so far, or in their favour, I should say. And 100 likes, awesome stuff as well. And we have got Lions in the chat from Stephen O'Reilly. And at this stage now, it is going to be Henry Pollard just putting the high ball up. Who's going to be taking it? It's going to be Josh Adams, not quite able to claim it now. Cobus Reinach trying to link up with Sia Khaleesi. Now it's going to be a knock-on against the Springboks, and it will be the British and Irish Lions who now will have the scrum feed. Lion Lass, or Rugby Lass, sorry. Did you remove your eyebrows as promised as well? As spoken as well. Rugby Lass. I feel like that is not myself. I feel like that might be Scrum Lass in the chat. Yes, I did, but they grow back as well, says Katie Dixon. Did you have plans of removing your whole eyebrow, Katie? Or just possibly the parts around the main part? Do let me know, because I know that I feel like now that I think about it, it was mentioned on an old one, but I wasn't sure whether or not it did actually happen. Oh, that's another injury, and it looks like it is going to be Wynne-Jones. And that is not a good sign because of the fact he's only just come back from shoulder injury, and it looks like it's going to be the elbow joint that is possibly giving him a little bit of pain here. He's just lying there on the ground. This could be another sub. It would be Marco Vunipola making his way out onto the field if he is injured, although it looks like he is going to be able to continue. Liam Williams already looking like he's been through a battle out there on the field. Got the black eye almost coming into play there on the left-hand side of his face. But at this stage, there is just a team meeting here for the Springboks. Currently only 6.5 minutes left in this first half. And one thing I am happy about is the fact that we have had 33.5 minutes played in 45 minutes of since kickoff. And it's one of those ones in the first game, I believe it was a 65-minute first half that we had or something around there. So it is good to see that this game is running to schedule and we will be able to finish this one possibly before 6 a.m., which is good news here in New Zealand because I would love to go on to a post-match review after this one and then possibly end up getting myself some sleep before we have a few Bunnings NPC fixtures that we are going to be doing tomorrow. Hopefully, we are going to be able to do 2, but at this stage, I think maybe only Tasman versus Canterbury, which should be a very exciting contest. Mornay, what if I say, let's pray, then play as a unit and move their ass as well, says Leon. Yeah, this stage, it is going to be interesting. Or was that Mornay that I didn't read properly earlier on in the chat? But yeah, it's one of those ones that I hope we do get to see some very good rugby from both sides because of the fact, I mean, there's no crowd there, but for this whole tour to have finished the way that it has in terms of the fact it's been 1-1, and this is the decider, but we've been able to get a majority of the games all played. The first game that we did have cancelled was the Bulls game that did get postponed and then cancelled from there. But overall, I think the way that they've done this tour is probably about as good as they could have done it in circumstances. So it's one of those ones that, yeah, overall, hopefully we will get to see the games between the South Africans and the Argentines when they are coming up soon. But now it's going to be 35 minutes in, and that's going to be another big push here from the Springboks, and they win the penalty at scrum time against the feed as well. That is very nicely done indeed. Pure like the Box win in 2019, as well, says Morna. And also we have got there, can't wait to see the evidence as well, says Smokin. And also we have got, you can always draw eyebrows back on. You bet I'll take these eyebrows off. Yep, you have a deal. Wait a minute. What was the deal? Is that if the Springboks lose, you're going to shave your eyebrows, Katie? Because if that is the case, that is commitment and a half right there. That is for sure pure luck. And we have also got there in there. Who do you think will win? Says Tasi Vuki. I think it's going to be a very close game. I said originally in my prediction Springboks by 6, but it's one of those ones that could go either way in this one. And that was only really because I was getting pushed for an answer. So I feel like now that I think about it, Lions have got a very strong team. They've got Josh Adams out there, also Liam Williams, 2 Welshmen who can well and truly cut a game open. And also, speaking of Welshmen, Ken Owens able to score that original try for the British and Irish Lions. Andre Pollard going to be taking on the 3 points here for the Springboks rather than going for the 7, which is interesting because the British and Irish Lions, their tactic has been to go for the corner in the later stages of this first half, whereas the Springboks still willing to take on the 3s, and they have got that one. So now the score is going to be 6 to South Africa and 10 to the British and Irish Lions, and we have only got ourselves 4 minutes left in this first half. Should shave one eyebrow for losing first gift as well, says Adrian. And also we have got there, come on, Bok, says Pride, but at this stage now they are getting slowly back into this match. 4 points is the difference between these two sides. 4 minutes left in this first half as well. Could go either way at this stage. And come on, Bockies. And also Boks are a natural prey for the Lions as well, says it was Smoke and Shook. And also we have got there, Bok needs to shift up a gear, but they have the ability and the balls. They do indeed. And they have got a lot of guys who are there for the Rugby World Cup win. And it's one of those ones, the squad is built around that. That's going to be a penalty to the British and Irish Lions, though. And the big question now is, do they once again go for the corner here? Or do they take on the 3 points to get back out to the 7-point margin? It is a kickable penalty. And at this moment here, it could shape the game. What are they thinking here, the British and Irish Lions? They're kicking for the corner. Aggression is one thing we are seeing absolutely reigning over the British and Irish Lions in this one so far. Because the fact they have decided, you know what? We are not going to win this game with 3-pointers. We weren't able to score any tries in that last match. This game, we need to make sure we are the side that get the most tries. And that could be what they do here if they can get the rolling ball going in this situation. But it was originally Damien Dialende just got held up by Robbie Henshaw and Adams. And then from there, straight in that breakdown was Tom Curry. And he was able to get it now 5 meters out. And it is going to be a rolling ball once again for the British and Irish Lions by the looks of it. Ken Owens taking a no. Itzebeth has been able to steal it. And now it's going to be Mbonambi. And once again, the Springboks survive only a few minutes out from their line. It's going to be it's an advantage as a scrum feed for the British and Irish Lions. A knock on against the Springboks there. So the danger is not over yet in this first half for the Boks. We have what's got in there. This is ridiculous. Love says Marco Votopolvia. I assume that is for the amount of penalties and also handling errors we have had in this first half. And also if the Lions sleep, they won't. If the Lions sleep, they won't. As well, says Darren Kai. And also we have got luck favours those who work the hardest, as well, says Leon. And also we have got didn't like that from the Boks. Once you concede a try, you should stop going for the kicks, as well, says Sebastian. And yeah, they're only going to be 5 meters out from their own line now, which does put them in an extremely risky position of possibly giving away another try before the end of this first half. But they said it was a little knock on. We are looking for it there. They are checking it, are they? Okay, time on. So they are saying maybe there was that little knock on. So it is going to be a scrum feed for the British and Irish Lions. Just the last strings getting run out of this first half. I'm going to see the replay here on the screen to see whether or not there is a hand in the way. There's a body in the way, and we are not going to get to see the ball going forward, unfortunately, from that angle we have got there. Where did the 6 come from? As well, says Lirard. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. Are we talking about the 6 for the British and Irish Lions, or possibly for the Springboks, because for Springboks, number 6 is going to be Seo Khaleesi, and then Courtney Laws is the number 6 for the British and Irish Lions, and he has played very well throughout this game so far. Courtney Laws getting a lot of carries and making quite a few meters while doing it, but now it is going to be the opportunity for the British and Irish Lions once again with the scrum feed. They've been missing the hook, but they have got that one now. Jack Conan breaking through the tackle of Kobus Ranak, and now it is going to be a chance for them only 5 meters out. Mara Toje trying to link up there with a couple of the other big forwards, trying to drive forward now. Jack Conan only 10 meters short here. Can they score one more before the end of this first half here? The Lions, it is going to be now breaking through the tackle. Tyke Furlong. Courtney Laws looks like he is going to be going around the side, going to be running it. Off with that number. No, gives it off to Ken Owens now, who is getting close. Jasper Visa, no clear release there, I don't think, but it is going to be now still the ball for the British and Irish Lions here. Tyke Furlong once again getting thrown around the side of the breakdown. Going to be now Ali Price trying to sell the dummy, trying to decide where to go as well. And it looks like Tyke Furlong is actually down. I'm not sure whether that is an injury or not. No, he has got back up, and that is going to be the penalty for the Springboks. And I believe it was Seo Khaleesi was able to get straight over that ball and win his side the penalty there. And they are fired up the full back of the box there. And we have got Kiwi and Brazil come on. Lions freshen up the box for the All Blacks as well, says Native English. And that's the thing. The All Blacks giving away 18 penalties up against the Wallabies. So it's one of those ones that if they give away 18 penalties against the Box, I don't think they're winning that game, the All Blacks. So it's one of those ones they've got to make sure they do get it right in the future here. In the next couple games of the Bledisloe, or else they could be in trouble. The pitches scrap. Soccer pitches are not ideal for rugby. It seems to be breaking up a little bit more than I assume they would have anticipated, but it's one of those ones as well, because of the fact that so many games have been played week in, week out at this ground. It is slowly showing that wear and tear. That one's been kicked into touch by the Box, and now that is the halftime siren, but we have still got a line out to come here for the Springboks. They are showing Faf de Klerk, and also it is going to be Jesse Kriel. I don't think he's had any minutes for the Springboks in the series, if I'm not wrong. I might be wrong in that regard, but I believe every time they have gone with the combo of Damien De Lenda and Lucanio Arm so far. We have got a Pollard missing 2 kick. Then Mornay Much come on as well, says Jan Fender, but now it's going to be a rolling ball once again here for the Springboks. They haven't really been able to get too many meters from their rolling ball so far, but I think that is about to change because they are marching forward here, 40 out from their own line, working their way towards the halfway line. Kobus Ranak now, he's extremely close to the touchline, and he's going to be squeezed by Courtney Laws there, and the ball might be stuck in there, and Courtney Laws, it is going to be okay. So it has been called a maul, which means that it is going to be going into halftime, I believe, if I'm not wrong. The referee has just told people to shush. What is the call here? Being pushed back and pushed back. We're going to have to wait and see whether or not that is going to be halftime. I believe it will be, because of the fact it was called a maul. We're just waiting to see. The referee is just going to have a chat with Ben O'Keefe on the touchline to see whether or not this is going to be halftime or whether or not this is going to be. Okay, they're actually checking something for the TMO here. Someone went straight on a player on the ground. They have said Tom Curry too hot to handle as well, says Jerry. And also we have got in there, make us proud, the O box, says Princess. And I feel like at this stage, I mean, the way that they've played in the series, the Springboks, even if they can't get the win here, like they've still had a good few performances, and it's one of those ones that no matter what, you got to stick behind your side. And it's one of those ones, the more momentum they can find in this game, the better they will go in the Rugby Championship, I have a feeling. And it's just all about the support. I think it's Jasper Visa that they are possibly looking at foul play here. He's saying that he joined it, but maybe was it a bit of head-high contact or something along those lines. I'm not actually sure what this one they are going to be checking for is, but they have gone to the TMO, and this could be a big one here, who won between the All Blacks and the Wallabies. And what was the score? Says Tristan, in that game was a close one indeed, but in the end, the score was, I'll just get this one up so that I know that I am exactly right in that regard. It was 33-25 to the All Blacks, so a close one. Jesper Visa just diving in at the back there, I think they tried to say there. Of it, Tyke Furlong, they have said it is fine though, by the sounds of it. So I believe that will be going to halftime if I'm not wrong. But the try scorers in that All Blacks game, tell you what, I will put them across the screen at the bottom there. We saw a few Crusaders scoring, Sevu Reece, Richie Mo'unga, also David Havili, and then Damian McKenzie was able to get the last try of the match for the All Blacks. Then Andrew Callaway was scoring the opening try of the match for the Wallabies, 2 tries for Tom Banks, and then the last try of the match going to Jordan Ulisi. So in the end, the Wallabies having a good last 15 or so minutes of this game. And it's one of those ones the All Blacks will have to be careful in the next one not to give away 18 penalties. So they are saying Jesper Visa, he's actually come in from quite a distance. So maybe they will say possibly that he's coming from either too far away or possibly from the side. I think it's going to be one of the calls here. But either way, with how far away he's come in from, I think they are going to be calling it a penalty possibly to the Lions here. depending on how it goes. Katie Dixon needs to see the evidence as well, and also everything in moderation as well. Says spoken. Shoes, hopefully I pronounced that correctly as well. Come on, shave that eyebrow, says Adrian. But at this stage now, they are going to be checking this one 15 times to make sure that they make the right decision here. Okay. There is no foul play, is the call from the referee, and now it is going to be going into halftime, I believe, because it was the Maul, and they were able to shut that one down, the British and Irish line. So it is going to be going into halftime, and the score will be 6 points to the Springboks and 10 to the British and Irish lines. This one could still easily go either way between these two sides. Boca in the chat from Gunther, and also we have got TMO is killing the game as well. So fantastic charisma. I mean, 55 minutes for the first half probably isn't as bad as it was last week. I think we reached about 65 for that one last week. So it's one of those ones that is good to see that we are off the field now for halftime. But so far, we are also sitting on 122 likes. So thank you all very much for hitting that like button. If you have been enjoying, be sure to hit that subscribe button as well. It's hugely appreciated. So far in that first half, we are going to be checking some of the possession stats. And I feel like in this one, it has been going the way of the British and Irish Lions at halftime. It is going to be 66% for the British and Irish Lions in this game. Just the one try for them, no tries for the Springboks so far. Defenders been in only 3 apiece for each side. And it's going to be interesting. The discipline so far, 6 and 6 for the penalties. So it has evened itself out. But now it is going to be in that situation of we will have to wait and see how it goes in the second half. So far, there have been 9 missed tackles by the Springboks, but they have had to make 65 compared to the 22 of the British and Irish Lions as well. We have got, I think that the Boks will still win this game. That last penalty winner by Asia just demonstrates the Springbok determination. Yeah, that's the thing. Only a few meters out from your line, you've got to make sure you get your timing right in those breakdowns, and that is exactly what the Springboks were doing there very nicely. It's going to be interesting to see how I go. Hi there from Johannesburg. Says all about everything. Welcome into the live stream, mate. You are only possibly how big is Johannesburg? If I'm not wrong, how far away from Cape Town Stadium are you? Is Cape Town Stadium? That's in Cape Town. Tell you what, I've had a shocker there. It is because of the fact I keep on thinking that we are going to have a game played in Johannesburg. Am I sounding dumb here? No, we're not in Johannesburg for this game. Cape Town Stadium is not in Johannesburg, is it? No, it's in Cape Town. What am I on about at this stage? I do apologise for that. It is 5 a.m. here in New Zealand. I think I got stumped by that last time as well. Where's Big Vincent? Where's Vincent Big Cock? Says Jerry. He is going to be coming off the bench later on in this one power bench activate. As well says I know, although they have almost already had to go to one man. It was Kwaha Smith who made his way out there, but now he is going to be back on the bench because of the fact that it was Franco Mosto who was able to return from his, he did return in the end from his head knock, I believe it was. And we have got, do you have any social media handles we can follow you on? Says Oliver. Oliver. I feel like that's something I really need to get up and running for us is the Kiwi Lads Instagram. We have actually got it, but we haven't got many followers on there at all because of the fact I hardly promote it. But this is the link there that I am putting in the chat at the moment. The Kiwi or the _Kiwi_lads is our Instagram handle. And then also we have got a Facebook page, but it's got about 3 followers at the stage because I haven't actually mentioned it before on a live stream. But yeah, I really do need to get the social medias up and rolling because of the fact that we have got over 4,000 of you guys who have hit that subscribe button, which is absolutely incredible. And yeah, I have to thank every single one of you for the support on these live streams. It is absolutely amazing the way that you guys have been supporting this one. It's definitely because of the fact we are sitting at 5 a.m. here in New Zealand, and a majority of you guys who are watching are not from New Zealand, which just makes it just incredible that we have been able to bring in an audience from overseas, and you guys have been enjoying the commentary that we have been doing. This is our 101st rugby union live stream since we started the channel, since we started the channel, and that was back 9 months ago when we did our first ever international fixture, and that was between the Wallabies and the All Blacks. We have got Cape Town Stadium as well, says John, for where the location is about 1,600 kilometres between Johannesburg and Cape Town. I've had a shocker there, that is for sure. So you're probably not going to drive down the road to be able to see it. That is for sure. We also got Come On Box. It's all about everything. And also, yes, post on Instagram more, the Kiwi Lads, and you're doing a great job. The channel will grow, says Arno, and I do appreciate that a lot, mate. Anyone who hasn't already subscribed, be sure to hit that subscribe button. I am going to have a quick look to see what we are sitting on because I feel like we are getting very close to 4,500 subscribers. We are only 43 away from being able to hit it, so be sure to hit that subscribe button. Let's see. Maybe if we can push towards 4,500 by the end of this one, and 101 plus or 100 plus one, as well says Sebastian in the final test was supposed to be, as well says Darren Kai. Yeah, I believe there was supposed to be a game played at Johannesburg, wasn't there? That was hilarious, says Gareth. But at this stage, Yeah, I think they have gone with the safe option of having all of the games from the same location just to keep that bubble intact. Because I think the last thing you want is the travel side of it to end up getting you into the situation of having players out due to being exposed to certain contacts and whatnot. And we also got let's get let's get as much mileage out there of this emoji as we can, says Katie. Yeah, that one is going to be available for only the next around 12 hours. It is our Kiwi Lads 100th golden emoji that is in the chat that you are seeing from the likes of Katie Dixon and also Sebastian. If you do want access to that emoji for the next little while, it is the Kiwi Lads memberships that will give you access to that one. And that is a link in the pinned comment if you are keen to become a channel member. It is not necessary. It is not compulsory as well, I should mention, but it is just one of those ones. If you do want to support the channel for $5 New Zealand a month, you get access to those emojis and also exclusive live streams that we will be doing on the channel. That link that I just put in the chat is where it will take you to. But at this stage now, also looking at some player stats in this first half, I'm going to see what we can find out in this one. I feel like there were a few players who made a lot of tackles. 10 tackles made by Lud de Jager and also winning a turnover. So he's been going very well in the early stages of this one. Also, Jasper Visa, 5 tackles made, 1 turnover, 1, 2 turnovers, 1 by Eben Etzebeth as well. Hardly any tackles have had to be made. The most, Tyke Furlong with 4 for the British and Irish Lions. So it's one of those ones, if they can continue to have the ball as much as they did in that first half, they will be able to possibly extend that lead a little bit more. We have got enjoying the Banter Lions to win as well. Says Smoking, and also we have got their bragging rights as a win on soil or win on South African soil first half as well. And come on Lions from Cecil Rhodes. Says Jerry, and the halftime score looks painfully familiar as well, says Vaughan. Tell you what, are we identical to what it was at halftime in the last match? If I'm not wrong, no, we might be off a little bit there, but one of these matches, 10-6 is very familiar indeed. It rings a bell, but I can't think of why it does in that regard. But we have also got in the chat, in there, we have become Spamosauruses. We are becoming a thing which we despise. No, I absolutely love you guys using the emojis in the chat. Definitely the Kieran one. We have got, can't speak for a second, but for all of those wondering who this giant man next to me is, it is a giant inflatable all black Kieran Reid. Well, it's kind of Kieran Reid. We call him Kieran Reid because of the fact that he is one of those ones that, he's a number 8. So we call him Kieran, but he is a mascot of the channel, and the Kieran emojis in the chat look absolutely amazing, and I absolutely love them as well. We have got them there from Sebastian and also from Katie as well, and may the best team win. Love watching with my mates as well. And that's one thing that I absolutely love doing about these live streams is because of the fact it's kind of like, it's like watching the games, except I'm watching it along with 500 other people who are also either just listening for the commentary or also some of you guys do watch the game as well as our live stream at the same time. And I absolutely love it because of the fact that, yeah, it's just awesome to be able to share this game of rugby because of the fact, like, at the end of the day, it's just, I just love doing these live streams, to be fair. We've done 101 of them, and I have no plans at all of slowing down for these ones as well. We call him Kieran Reid. Honestly, does look more like Dane Coles. He does a bit, and he is leaning into me at the moment. He wants to be on the camera at this stage, Kieran, and we have got there. He's waving flags on the roof as well, says Arno. And also we have got, I wonder what Rusty is telling the box right now. They will come back blazing fire on their Springbok horns as well. Yeah, that's one thing that they've got to make sure that they get right in the second half early on, the Springboks. And it is going to be getting that field position, I should say, because the fact that unfortunately for them, the territory's been going against them in this first half as well, the Springboks. And if they can find themselves inside of the 22 of the British and Irish Lions, that is when they are at their most dangerous. But I don't think, other than maybe one attack so far, they have been inside of that 22. So it's one of those ones they need to make sure that that is where they are early on in the second half. We have got the third test was supposed to be played in FMB Stadium, if I'm not wrong, but because of the pandemic, the match was played in one venue. Yeah, it's one of those ones that I guess if it is the case of trying to travel across the country, it is safer just to go from that same location. It is a bit of a shame that we are seeing them all from the same ground with no crowds, but at the end of the day, it's one of those ones that hopefully, all the players can remain safe throughout it, and hopefully we also get to see the Springboks play the Pumas coming up for the Rugby Championship. He looks like a Kiwi lad as well, says Sebastian, and also Rassi has been beating, as his beating stick out as well, and bring on the rest of the English back. The box won't come out after the Brill as well, but at this stage now, I will quickly show you guys the benches for these two sides. So we have seen already Finn Russell out on the field very early for the injury of Dan Bigger. Then we've got Elliot Daly when we are talking about those Englishmen. Also, Luke Cowan, Dicky, Marco Vunipola going to be decent in this one. Sam Simmons as well. Kieran's gone down. We'll have to help him back up here. Unfortunately, he's still a little bit flat. Need to give him some more air at this stage so that he can stay pumped up for this one. He's going to be tilting big time. Down he goes. Almost once again. I'm going to have to hold him with one arm at this stage to try and keep him standing at this point. But it's one of those ones that it's going to be interesting to see the early stages of the second half and also how early these two sides decide to go to their benches because of the fact they have got two very strong sides off the bench in terms of Kwaha Smith. Mornay Stain, that experience could be very good for the Springboks later on. But of course, at the moment, they have got Henry Pollard. And talking about experience, was able to bring up his 50th test match not too long ago. And he will be hoping to have a good performance here off the boot. But anyone wondering what we are talking about? Oh, no, I've got the wrong one there. I was going to show you guys the Kieran emoji. It was the original Kieran emoji that we did have for the channel. But we have upgraded to a lot better one with the quality. Imagine having Kieran looking at your back as well, says Vaughan. And also we have got there, imagine having Kieran watching your back. Sorry, you could go anywhere fearless as well. Yeah, it's one of those ones, although his worst nightmare is a pin at this stage. You don't want to get him popped. And it's one of those ones, with the amount of stuff that we've done with Kieran in videos in the past, it's one of those ones that, I mean, I'm pretty happy with the fact that he has been able to survive so long. I've got giant inflatable boxing gloves. Don't ask why. I think I won them in a competition, but it's one of those ones that, yeah, Kieran, luckily, those have not survived, but Kieran has throughout this one, so it is pretty awesome. And we have got Guru as a very emotional bloke, especially when the Boks are losing. It must be hard, though, because I believe he has been doing every live stream for these ones, and it's one of those ones that as soon as you get in that situation of your team losing, everyone in the chat will be turning against you, which is why I love being from New Zealand in this situation, because of the fact that I don't have a preferred side as a halftime. It is indeed Marco. So at this stage, only going to be 40 minutes left before we know who is going to be winning this tour. And unless, of course, we end up somehow with a draw in this one and may the best team win in the second half, 24-16, South Africa to win. Our so-called great pretenders want to go Boks as well, says Adrian. And also we have got there, came out ICU 4 hours ago. Blessed to watch this match in my hospital bed as well, says Stuart. I came out of ICU, so hopefully everything will be better for you, mate. But yeah, hopefully you do have a speedy recovery. We have also got there, Fantastic Charisma has wished you a speedy recovery as well. But yeah, whatever happened, hopefully you will be enjoying this game. Who are you going for in this one, Stuart? Do let me know. So hopefully they will be able to get themselves a win. We have got Rugby Guru not talking during halftime. So I'm here now. Welcome, Input. Do appreciate you being here, mate, for halftime chat at this stage. One of the stats that I feel like you will be able to take out of this first half is definitely the fact that there was 66% possession for the British and Irish Lions. The Boks just not having the ball enough in this matchup, and it is costing them a little bit because of the fact that they've given away a few penalties that have then equaled the opportunity for them to kick for the corner. And this one, we do see the games tomorrow are going to be at 2 p.m. or today, I guess I should say, for the Bunnings NPC. That's only in, is that in 12 hours time? No, it's in 10 hours time that the next game kicks off. So I'm not sure whether I will get that first Bay of Plenty versus Tasman one, but I am certainly going to be covering the next match that is going to be Auckland versus Canterbury. Should be a very exciting one indeed. But I will mention once again, anyone who hasn't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button. We are currently sitting 34 away from hitting 4,500. It would be absolutely incredible if we can somehow hit it on this live stream we have got in there as well. I've missed quite a few messages, so I do apologize for that in advance. But you have also got in there, come on, mate. That's no, it's not. It's not. It's actually giant inflatable All Black is the call there. See, it's All Blacks. It was actually, I'm going to throw them up in the air. Wheatbix is the sponsor. We won it at because we bought a couple boxes of Wheatbix here in New Zealand. But me and Kieran, we're good friends. We don't end up taking part in any sexual activity with each other. I feel like that's going to get clipped, but it's one of those ones that at this stage, yeah, he has more been punched, I think, by the other ones, other Kiwi lads, rather than anything like that. Paul Monet staying on. Maybe he won't be too far away. Where's George Bridge? When a lad needs a coffee as well, says the Bashard. Of course, the Waterboy for the All Blacks in this one. And also we have got, what else is Bridge good for? Oh, that's harsh. But we have got so tired as well, says Obi Snake. Yeah, at this stage, it is a late night here in New Zealand, or an early morning, I guess you could say as well, because of the fact that we are currently sitting at 5:08 a.m. here in New Zealand. It is an early morning start, but it's one of those ones that wouldn't be missing this game for the world. Definitely not with the opportunity of not just being able to talk about the game, but also being able to chat with you guys in the chat. Hoping Malcolm Marks gets in there and does what he does best. Yeah, the bench for the Springboks needs to make sure that they do have a big impact at scrum time, because of the fact that in the early stages of it last match, I believe it was actually Marco Vunipola and also Luke Cowan-Dickie in the front row for the British and Irish Lions, and it wasn't quite going to plan for the scrum. Let's go, boys. I've bet on you. 1,000 rand. How much is that in New Zealand dollars? Do let me know. Johannesburg, hopefully I pronounced that somewhere near correct, but I feel like I may have been a mile off. Kieran's got down again, as says Jerry, and I guess you could look at that in a different way. The video now you're looking at it, and also we have got there, thanks, Humanist Hospital Cape Town alive to celebrate this game. Springboks to win, but truthfully about 12 days on CAP ICU, just enjoying the game. Colbert, Delta survivor as well. So that is pretty insane, Stuart, but I am glad to see that you are here for this live stream, mate. And yeah, hope you do have a speedy recovery. Of course, geez, 12 days as well. That is absolutely insane. So yeah, I do wish you all the best, mate. And yeah, hope you do have a good recovery there. We have got Kieran's. No, Jerry. We have also got in the chat. I'm joking, says fantastic earlier on. I feel like I missed it though, unfortunately, at this stage. And also, South Africa shot the Lions can actually play rugby, says Smithy. But at this stage now, we are going to be getting back underway for the second half. Only 40 minutes left to determine who is going to be making their way into history books of being able to win this British and Irish Lions tour of South Africa. It's a unique tour and a half, that is for sure. Last week's halftime score was 6-9, as well, says JP. But this one has been kicked off now by Henry Pollard, taken now by Conan Cheslin. Colby, very quiet first half, but the Boks just haven't really had the ball in hand throughout that first half. Tell you what, Franco Mostert's nose looks absolutely busted up at the moment. Looks like there's going to be a few black eyes tomorrow, that is for sure. But now it is going to be kicked high by Ali Price on his own 22. Once again, going for the box kick technique, I should say, though. And now it's going to be chased by Dawn van der Merwe. Going to be taken nicely by Visa, though, and he is going to be dragged down there by the British and Irish defence. Cobus Reinach now passing it across field, flat ball to the hands of Stephen Kitsoff. So no changes made by the Springboks by the looks of it so far. And it is going to be now Willie LaRue at first receiver, kicking this one across field. Going to be awkward for Mapimpi, but he has almost been able to take it. Come off the head of Bundy Aki there. So now it is going to be a scrum feed, a line out for the Springboks, or is it? They are going to be going upstairs possibly to check this one. I'm South African, but I believe the Lions can win this if the ref is fair as well, says Gerhardus. And also the Boks are 2,000. Is that? I feel like I don't really know the numbers in South African. Is that 200 New Zealand dollars possibly, if I'm not wrong, or is it 20 New Zealand dollars? Do let me know. And we have got rugby as one game, or as a game of two halves. Let's see how the Boks win this. Jezelyn Colby is definitely going to score today. That's the thing. Josh Adams as well, been very quiet out on that side. In fact, on both sides for both teams, I should say, have both been relatively quiet out on the wings. It is one thing that we've seen throughout these series so far. No Lions are stupid as well, says King. And also we have got cold beer for Marco. And also we have got, come on lads, let's end the South Africa tour on a high note, says Sebastian. But at this stage now, it's going to be the scrum feed for the Springboks 2 minutes into the second half. And it is going to be an early push, so another reset. We've had quite a bit of stoppage time throughout the later stages of that first half and also at the start of the second, which has given us plenty of time to talk about all the stats that we have had in this match, including 66% possession for the British and Irish Lions in that first half, which is absolutely incredible for them to be able to hang on to the ball as much as they have. And it's one of those ones they need to make sure that they can continue that momentum in the second half, or else you get in that situation. As soon as you give the Boks a little bit of a chance, they will be making you pay. So it's one of those ones they need to make sure they get it right here for the British and Irish Lions. Now, Sean Finn Russell, though, he is out on the field a lot earlier than anticipated due to the injury of Dan Bigger in the end. And we have got the Kierans in the chat from Katie. And also we have got if the Boks win, it is 4,000 for Gerhardus as well. So I believe that is 400 New Zealand dollars that you have got on the game, unless it is talking about no, I don't think it is for the channel if I'm not wrong, but we have also got there, what is your score prediction, says Danielle. At this stage, I said that it was going to be the Springboks winning by 6. But at this stage, I'm not sure. I mean, the British and Irish Lions, they have played very well in this one. And it wasn't actually Franco Mostert's nose bleeding. It was just all of the plaster holding it together. He's kind of got the cross on the middle there. The man has been put in a shift in the number 7 jersey. Of course, Peter Steph-Toy out due to injury for this game. Also, Faf de Klerk missing for the Springboks here. Let's go Springboks as well, says Marco Vanapola. And at this stage, I should also mention Warren Gatlin, since becoming coach of the British and Irish Lions, he has not lost a series. He drew the series in New Zealand. And also, I believe the series before that, they were able to win it in Australia, were they? If I'm not wrong, hi from Sri Lanka as well, says Hitman. Welcome in to the live stream, man. And also, we have got in there, my prediction is to have a hangover regardless who wins, says Smoking. And that's going to be now a free kick for South Africa. I believe it is actually the straight penalty. So now, will they take on the 3 points? And Wyn Jones has gone down on the front row. It looks like that shoulder's still giving him a lot of discomfort at the moment. Wyn Jones only just coming back from shoulder injury for the start in this one. His first start in the Test Series as well. Come on, Lions as well, says Adrian. We are sitting on 150 likes as well. Let's get to 200 likes by the end of the stream. Has said Katie Dixon in the chat. You heard her. If you haven't already, be sure to leave a like on this live stream. Also, be sure to hit that subscribe button. We are on the road to 4,500 subscribers, and at this stage, we are only 32 away. So if you do want to help us out, please do. They have kicked for the corner here, the Springboks. So now they are playing that aggressive game that the Lions were in the first half, and 77% of you have said that the Springboks are going to be winning this match. So maybe that could be the case. Big shout out for Malcolm Skidmarks as well. Says, I needed to read that one before saying it out loud. Yeah, Malcolm Marks, very good player off the bench as well. But now it is going to be time off once again in this one. I believe it is going to be the captains of both sides. And this is once again in the line-out. Both sides closing the gap. I believe that is about the fourth that have been going. If we lose, I lose 2,500 as well. I believe it's little money as well, says Gurahas. And also we have got 151 likes. This is awesome as well, says BDV. And I can't actually remember the exchange rate. I know that we have had donations in the past from South African Rand, but I can't quite remember what people have said that the exchange rate is between the two. And I feel like some of you guys from South Africa and also maybe from New Zealand will be able to help me out in that regard. We beat Australia, drew with New Zealand, and just about able to beat the current world champions. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see the final moments of the second half because of the fact I feel like it's still going to be only 5 points difference at the end with about 5 minutes to go, and then it's really going to be interesting to see who is going to be able to win it, but that's going to be claimed there by the Springboks inside of the 22, going for the rolling maul now. Once again, weren't making too many meters off it in the first half, but now it's starting to roll forward here for the Springboks, and they want to be the first team to strike here. In the second half, it looks like it's still going here. It's kind of wheeling round, but they have been able to keep the momentum going. It's gone to ground now, though. And because of it, if they can't get this, or can't get this ball out, I should say, it is available there for Kobus Ronak. I got an American accent just then. Now, Franco Mostert running hard at Bundy. Aki is going to be dragged down there by the defense. Kobus Ronak trying to find that ball, trying to pop it out the back. He has been able to do so. Now it's going to be in the hands of Etzebeth, one of his first carries of this second half. And I think almost of the whole match as well. But Ronak going back to the hands of Dialende. Going to be shut down pretty early at this stage. It's looking either foggy there or maybe it is possibly some smoke from the fireworks. But at this stage, it is going to be once again driving forward for the Springboks inside of the 22. And that is something that they didn't have too many opportunities in the first half with, was opportunities inside of that 22. So they need to make sure that they can turn it into points here. Umbanami driving out of Toje. He is going to be dragged down as well. Now it's going to be 5 phases here for the British and Irish Lions on defense for the first time in this half. Going to be pressured here by the British, or by the Springboks. I'm going to shock with the names at the moment on the 22. Still the Springboks decide to go for the inside ball option. Mostert going to be dragged down by Owens. Yeah, trying to find that gap in the defense. They haven't been able to find it yet. Pollard almost able to find the offload, and he does. Fires it back into the hands of Kobus Reinach. It's opening up on the outside. Doesn't link up, though, unfortunately. Not able to find the hands of Khaleesi. Because of it now, Colby plays halfback, gives it back now once again. They're up to 10 phases here for the Springboks. First time in this match they have been able to do so, and that is going to be almost a penalty against Jack Kona, but in the end he was able to roll away just in time. Now going forward once again, the Springboks still on the 22. At this stage, it is becoming repetitive. Andre Pollard trying to go for the cross kick. It's not working out, and Finn Russell almost doing a cross kick of his own, and that one's going into touch there. And it will be the Springboks who have got the line-out throw. So in the end, Andre Pollard going for the high boot, not able to find anyone with the other than the charge down of the British and Irish Lions player. And then from there, ricocheting ball all over the place, goes to Finn Russell, does then kick it into touch. And we have also got in there strong All Black supporter, go Lions as well, Sam Spinney, and it is 1,000. It is 1,000 Rand is 97 New Zealand dollars. So you've got quite a bit on that game, that is for sure. And we have got very likely fog as well. I guess it would be 7:15 p.m. there at South Africa, or at Cape Town Stadium in South Africa, I should say, and missed everywhere in Cape Town Stadium, or just in Cape Town, says JP. And also we have got their Go-Go Bockies. Oh, Etzebeth, though, is not a player you want to see down for the Springboks. He has been one of those players who always brings the physicality and can possibly help them be able to get over the line. But first, he will have to get back up from that knock that he has taken. He is one of those guys, he can take plenty of knocks, Etzebeth. But at this stage, it looks like Kwaha Smith just warming himself up, making sure that if he is needed to go out onto the field, he's already replaced Mostert earlier on in this match, but now seems like he might have to replace Etzebeth. Looks like he is possibly supporting a bit of a neck injury here. I think you can get a lot more with $97 versus 1,000 Rand. As well, says Gareth Ferguson. Ferguson, that one really had the roll of the tongue for that one. I absolutely love saying, I believe it is Ferguson, who is the Scottish Brock. I say his name wrong, but I absolutely love rolling the R on that one. But at this stage, we are just seeing line-out infringements throughout the match. There's been so many of them, about 6 so far between these two sides. Foggy Night and Cape Town causing wet ball, which definitely influencing ball handling as well, says Abdul. And also we have got, if South Africa win, I'll be 7,000 New Zealand money, says Jihadis. That is absolutely huge, mate. If you want to chuck a $5 donation or something at the channel, hugely appreciate all of you guys supporting. Maybe you could become a channel member and get this Kieran emoji like these guys at the chat have been using. But yeah, if you do want to do that, that is fine. If you do not as well, though, it is completely not essential one. But I just absolutely love doing these live streams for you guys. We have got Springboks versus British and Irish Lions rugby today as well, says Mike. And also we have got there, I'm seeing $, says Katie. And also that's it. I'm moving to New Zealand and starting a rural grocery delivery service. That would be actually pretty awesome. I know that Countdown, I think, do it here. If I'm not wrong, that was big contact between, I believe it was Tom Curry and Sia Khaleesi, which originally just a little bit too late back up to his feet, I think was the call there. But we have got there, Katie, you'd be lucky to get into New Zealand for a year as well. Yeah, that is the thing we have got at this stage. You've got to go through the managed isolation, but it is going to be a penalty to the box. So now it will be an opportunity for Honore Pollard to make this only a 1-point game between these two sides. Thinking it's going to be a close finish, that is for sure. I try to look as well, says Jonas. And also we have got there, come on, Honore Pollard, says Obi. And look, I try to look because it's super bets as well, says Jonas. That one's hit the post there and it has bounced out. So because of it, that means that it is not going to be the conversion or the penalty kick for the Springboks. And now the British and Irish Lions going to have this on their own 22. Vunipola out on the field, I see as well. Wide ball from Finn Russell out to Aki. He's got Fundermover on the outside when he decides to give it to him. He doesn't. Instead takes the contact. And Dialende wrestled Duhan Fundermover to the ground there. Now it's going to be Alan Jones driving forward, but a good run there from the British and Irish Lions overall. Ali Price trying to get the penalty there for a side. Not quite able to, though. Going short side now. Once again, it's going to be in the hands of Bundy Aki. Taking contact with Damien Dialende. That has been a fun battle to watch out on the field throughout this game in the number 12 jersey. And it's got 1K votes in the poll. So lovely to see so many people get involved, says Sebastian. Yeah, I absolutely love doing those polls because of the fact it does just mean that you guys get that little bit more interaction than just in the chat as well. And at this stage, I believe it's around 75% have said that the Springboks are going to be winning this one. Yes, but Visa leaping through the air off the high ball, taking it beautifully. And now it will be the British and Irish Lions who have got this line out throw. Mornay much come on as well, says Young Fender. And also we have got, sorry, from Jeronas. No worries at all, mate. It is completely fine. No worries there. We have got in Gatland. We trust, says William. And also we have got the Lions. They've got a 10-day isolation when they return as South Africans on the red list. That is true. And I'm not sure. I'll tell you what, is there anyone from Argentina here at the moment? And if so, are Argentina already in South Africa doing some sort of managed isolation type arrangement? Or are they still yet to travel to South Africa for those rugby championship games? Do let me know if you have got any information on that. I haven't really read too much about it here in New Zealand, which does make it slightly awkward because I believe the first game of that is supposed to be next week. A rural grocery service will also be a rural takeaways delivery service. Yes, please come to Waimate, which is our small town in South Canterbury, because of the fact we haven't really got anyone who delivers takeaways, really. So I feel like at this stage, they've just got KFC and McDonald's delivery up the road. They've had pizza delivery for a while, of course, but yeah, bring it to the small towns. That would be pretty awesome. We need to go for the corner as well, says Gareth. And also we have got in there the Lions all for that 10-day isolation. At this stage, handling errors so far, 4 for the British and Irish Lions, 3 for the Springboks, and currently 49 minutes through this match. It's COVID-19 in South Africa. The COVID-19 in South Africa is bad, mate. As well, says Guradas. Yeah, at this stage, there is a massive number of cases throughout South Africa, which is a big shame because of the fact that, like, it's just one of those ones you hate to see cases anywhere in the world. And South Africa at this stage, like the rugby, I'm very glad it's been able to take place purely because of the fact that it has given the Springbok supporters just something to get behind at the tough times. I mean, they've also been, like, I'm not sure whether or not, is the kind of the riots and everything still going on at this stage? Do let me know. I haven't really been able to read too much into it recently. But yeah, hopefully they have all stopped as well. I mean, we finally got to say where he lives on the live stream. As soon as you talked about fast food delivery, I was keen. Is there even a shop in Waimate? We've got a New World and a couple dairies. That's about it at this stage. No riots. So that is awesome news at this stage in South Africa. And we have got Pollard much go off as well, says Jan Feder. And also we have got there in the chat, lol, from Overstake. And also Katie, I think I will be delivery man on skateboard as well. I'm keen for that, David, as well. And we have also got there, we had to execute or evacuate our place of employment this morning because people's tests came back positive. So yeah, it's one of those ones that I feel like that's going to be the case for a lot of months to come, as there are going to be cases popping up. Luckily, I mean, we don't know how lucky we are in New Zealand, and I think a lot of people take it for granted because of the fact, like, we were able to have Eden Park. Oh, I'm not sure whether it was sold out, but there were a lot of people who were at that ground. Like, I'm not sure about the attendance, but it would have been in the thousands who are all able to be able to keep just in that same location, which is very awesome indeed. Like, so it's one of those ones that I hope going into the future, like, people take it for granted, but we are very lucky here in New Zealand to be able to even have crowds, let alone be able to move around throughout the location as well. We have got not anymore Hamish, Crazy Nero Durban as well, said Gareth. And we have also got in the chat here, well, I will quickly get this one up. If I'm not wrong, we will go like this while we are waiting for the next reset. I have quickly, there we go. I will go like that, and I will go like this. Jordan asks, I am going to be removing your comment, but only because of the fact that you have got your email there, and I don't want random people sending you emails, but I have copied and pasted it, so I will be able to put it down so that I can send you an email, mate, a little bit later on. At the stage now, it is going to be the scrum feed for the Springboks. Once again, we have got I need my payment in advance right now as well, says Fantastic Charisma. And also we have got expenditure at an airport for me, $16. I mean, that's probably not too bad for an airport. I know airports love to charge an arm and a leg just to be able to get any food, like a cheese and crackers little platter, or like a little container of cheese and crackers is like $10 on the dot. But now it is going to be Andre Pollard now driving forward. And they have got this ball just outside of the 22, the British and Irish lines. As soon as we started talking about food, I've got a well and truly distracted, but Finn Russell kicking it down the middle of the field, going to be taken nicely by Cheslin Colby, now getting one of his first runs of this match. He is breaking out of the tackle, bit of a step as well, lined up by Finn Russell. Was it a little bit high? They are going to be checking it to make sure, but now it's going to be Cobus Thronak offloading it now into the hands of Willie LaRue. Was almost a first receiver for that one. Marco Funapola straight on the ball and wins his side the penalty. But I can tell, I'll tell you why it's happening as well, says Jonas. And also we have got very professional Hamish as well with the clapping. And we have also got from Abdul. I just have to say you're doing brilliant. You're reading the comments and delivering the commentary on the game like a pro, says Abdul. And that is one thing. I feel like it's one of those ones that I talk very fast throughout the live streams, and I think people think that it is just because of the fact that I well and truly ramble, but it is also because of the fact I'm trying to do it kind of alongside the chat as well, which I feel like is one of those ones that it's a lot more difficult to be able to commentate as well as read chat at the same time. But it is Cheslin Colby here, who was originally tackled. Was it a bit high? Or now it is going to be a wrapping arm from Finn Russell. Hits Cheslin Colby square in the mush, but he was going down onto almost his knees at that point. So I feel like it is going to be very interesting to see what they call this one. He does try and wrap, and if Cheslin Colby wasn't so low, I think it would have connected at about chest height. If I'm not wrong, we haven't got which game are you commentating on, mate? I'm probably all over the place at the moment, Dennis, to be honest. And we haven't got Hamish is going to be a professional sports or a famous sports commentator someday very soon as well, says Katie. And thank you very much for that, Katie. I do appreciate it. Watching from North India, Sam Simmons will win it for the Lions, says Stephen. And he is a very talented player indeed, Sam Simmons. So he could cut a game open late in this one. Off the back of the scrum, if they go with him at number 8, I'm not even sure whether they'll put him at this stage. Maybe they'll go Courtney Laws off the field. But at this stage, Finn Russell has got a decent chance of maybe... It's going to be interesting how they call this one because of the fact that he has dropped. So I feel like at most you can give a yellow, but I think that is actually surely the most you can give for that because of the fact that Cheslin Colby is at the stage. It's direct contact to the head, but he's almost on his knees, Cheslin Colby. So I feel like at that stage, you got to look at if he was standing upright. They are saying that there is a mitigating factor. Okay, the French referee has said it's just going to be a penalty kick. And what are the credentials for commentators as well? Says fantastic. I think to be a commentator for these games, you've either got to be an ex-player. Definitely in New Zealand, a lot of these guys are ex-All Blacks. So I feel like that is one thing that I haven't quite been able to do in that regard. But then the other side of it is like, as much as I love doing the commentary, I think I love doing these more because of the fact that I am able to chat with you guys at the same time. And that is one thing you miss out on for the commentary. Like these live streams aren't the same without you guys in the chat. And he was just well famous in my media. I don't even think anyone knows, other than like family members, that I do actually do this, other than, of course, the other Kiwi lads. And we got you doing a great job, mate, here. Or hi from Northern Ireland, says Ivan. Welcome in to the live stream, man, and come on the Lions. Or come on you Lions, says Fred. And also yellow by the law, says Gareth. I believe at this stage he has only called it as a penalty, the referee here. Little dip in the height. Tell you what, Alan Wynne-Jones there, I feel like he was starting to argue with him a little bit, but he was actually, I think he was thinking that they were going to send Finn Russell to the bin before he even heard what the referee was going to be saying. He's down. Once again, Kieran will slam him back up to the side. Anyone wondering what it is a giant inflatable All Black that I won in a competition for buying some wheat bix here in New Zealand. But Lou Diaga off the field, and it is going to be Kwaha Smith who has replaced him there. And we have also got there, I say everyone had a choice, but we talk rugby. Wish can talk what is happening because contact sports, we is the safety as well, says Gerardas. And at this stage, it looks like it is going to be Franco Moster also making his way off the field here. No, he's not. He's going to be continuing here. Franco Smith, no comments as well, says Jonas. And at this stage, we have got very relief with this one. Lucky boy Finn, yeah. I felt like at that stage, because of the ducking, I thought they were still going to give it as a yellow card. But instead, it is just a penalty. And now Andre Pollard will have an opportunity to possibly make this game a 1.1. He's missed it again, Andre Pollard. Unlikely like this man to be missing kicks, but throughout the tour, he has actually missed quite a few of them. So at this stage, it does now mean that he is going to be in that situation of, unfortunately, meaning that he has only got 2 from 4 or 5, I think he is at this stage. Second miss for Andre, as well, says Marco. And also we have got very relief for this one. Lucky boy Finn, and also Lol Colby is the last born on the pitch. Or last born in the pitch. We all know how last borns are. So that's fantastic. And we have also got the crispy bacon and eggs coffee and coconut water as well, says Aaron. I don't know whether I can read out the rest of that part, but yeah, welcome into the live stream as well, mate. And it is around breakfast time, almost here in New Zealand, 5:30 a.m. Kick tie there, Cowan Dickey also out on the field. Great contest in the air there, but Duan Whanamuva able to get the better of Chesil and Colby in the air. 40 metres out from their own line now. The British and Irish line, so Cowan Dickey driving at the line, Etzebeth. And also it was Franz Malharba able to make the tackle there. Going to be going back. Ali Price kicks it downfield now. Russell only about his third kick of this match, which is relatively surprising that he hasn't had too much opportunity. Willie Ruru taking it nicely there. And he is going to be kicking that one for the touchline, and it has found touch. Good kick downfield. And now the British and Irish lines will have the attacking line out about 40 metres out from the line. The last time Pollard missed the most kicks, South Africa lost the match. Or missed most of the kicks, South Africa lost the match. That is a good point. And it's a windy in Cape Town right now. I believe there is only a little bit of a breeze there. I think I saw it was about 7 kilometers per hour, but it is a kind of, it looks like it's almost getting very dewy at this stage, very foggy as well. So perhaps the slippery ball could be playing factor in the later stages of this one, but it is also going to be Van Staden, making his way out onto the field, replacing one of the locks, which I believe in this one, it would have been Franco Mostert. No, sorry, Franco Mostert's still out there. He is a workhorse and a half, but it would have been the man in the number 5 jersey, whose name, of course, I've forgotten off the top of my head. A little bit of a slip there, but Marco Vunipola there, or Vunipola able to claim it. And Vincent Koch also on the field here for the Springboks, but Courtney Laws now going to be taking contact. Why have I forgotten the name of the number 5? Diaga, I believe. Sorry, but Diaga came off the field for, it was actually Kwaha Smith. So I think they have changed one of the loose forward trio at this stage. But now it is going to be Malcolm Marks also out on the field. I'm having a sugar at the moment, but now it's going to be Price putting the ball high. 40 metres out from his own line. Duan Whanamuva once again going to try and contest in the air. It's going to be an awkward one. Who is going to be taking it? It's going to be Lukanyuam. They've got the knock-on advantage as well. And Chesil and Colby's on the outside of Willie LaRue. Goes to him as well. It's drawn past. Inside ball. Chesil and Colby goes himself here, and he's going all the way. Chesil and Colby. And it's going to be the try for the Springboks. And I mentioned it before the match, that this man, he hasn't had the best first 2 games, but now Chesil and Colby, I said that if there is a time for him to be able to show that attacking prowess that he has got, it is now, and he has been able to score that try that now gives them the chance back in this one. The first try of the match for the British and Irish lines, and it was scored by that man, Chesil and Colby. Will update the scoreboard as well, so you guys know exactly who the try scorers were. But from there, Lucanio Arm on the outside gives it to Willie LaRue. He had the option of going to Chesil and Colby, and in the end, he decided to use him out on the wing. And then Liam William covering it, but he missed the tackle, slipped over. Luke Cowan Dickey fended off by Chesil and Colby as well. And in the end, he was able to score the try there. And we will change that from not applicable for the try scorers for the Springboks to Chesil and Colby. There we go. And that was a perfect time for them to be able to score it as well, because of the fact that it was right off a high ball. And it was once again kicked away by Ali Price. They need to make sure that they're not just pointlessly putting the ball high. Was a good contest in the end. They may actually check it to see whether or not it is a knock-on by Jasper Visa. But I believe that one has gone backwards. So it's whether or not it was Lukanyo who was possibly in front of the... Oh. No clear evidence is the call, so I don't think it is going to be overruled. So I think it is going to be the try there for Cheslin Colby. We are just listening to the referee at this stage, but Cheslin Colby, I believe, was able to score that one. I've forgotten what minute of this game we are actually up to at this point. But now we have seen that it is going to be the try for the British and Irish Lions. And they are going to be right back, or sorry, for the Springboks, and they are going to be right back into this match. And Cheslin Colby is the man who was able to score. I will read the chat in a very short moment. But I think they are just checking to see whether or not Jesper Wiese did hit any of his arm, because if it did, it would count as possibly a knock-on. But I believe it still went backwards in that regard. So they are going up to see whether or not he has put any of that arm on the ball. I believe it travels backwards off Jesper Wiese. Okay, the ball hits the arm, but I believe from there did actually end up traveling. Oh, it's very close. It's going to be flat. Is it going to be a try for Cheslin Colby? This is going to be a huge moment for the TMO in this game, because it could be the difference between a win and a loss for the Boks. Jesper Wiese, he leapt high in the air. It hits the arm, and then from there, I believe it travels backwards from first glance. It's very close, though. What do you guys think? I will read the chat to see what you guys have thought. But at this stage now, the TMO is still trying to make the decision. Okay, no clear evidence of a knock on. The try will stand, and Cheslin Colby will be able to score this one. Okay, we're getting a closer angle. Maybe they haven't decided to rule this one at this stage. Seems like maybe we are still going to be waiting to see whether or not it will be the try for the Springboks. They are holding off at this stage, and we have got Come On Bok as well. And Pride has put the fire emojis in the chat as well. It's cold here in Mossel Bay. Go Bok, go as well from Johan. And also we have got there, you just said that Colby scored the British and Irish Lions first try. Yeah, I had a shocker there for a second. I've been getting my names confused all day in terms of the names of the teams. I'm not sure why, but for some reason they just haven't been rolling off the tongue here. They are still checking this. It is a big moment, but I believe it has traveled backwards of Jesper Wiese's arm. So then from there, I would assume that it is play on, and then it would be the try for the Springboks. Okay, the referee has said it's touched the hand, gone backwards. So because of it, the try will stand, and it is a try to Cheslin Colby here. I was a little bit worried to know whether or not they were going to be given that one. Alan Jones wants them to check it again, but it has been awarded as a try. And because of it, does now mean that it is going to be Cheslin Colby adding his name to the try scorer sheet. This game, this is too nail biting as well, says Abdul. And also we have got, if it isn't a try, that's stupid because it's definitely a try. As well says Shannon Slive, and also no try, but I'm 100% biased. As well says Thick Boy. And also we have got every game fingertips. Now, South Africa, the luck as well. And why are they so attentive to look into the Boks tries? This is getting on my nerves at this stage. It has standed though, or has stood, I should say. So Jesper Wiese leapt through the air, and then from there was taken by Luke Kanyuam, offload on the outside to Willie Roo. Had Cheslin Colby down the wing, and I thought he was going to have to use Reinach on the inside, but instead backed his pace, backed his power. Cheslin Colby with the fend of it was Luke Cowan-Dickie, and he was able to score it there, Cheslin Colby. Nice one, Pollard as well, says Marco Vonapolobia. Did he get this one? I haven't actually seen the kick yet, but at this stage, he hasn't had the best day off the boot, Andre Pollard. But we have got nice one, Pollard from Ayabonga as well. So that means he has got this one, Andre Pollard. So the score is going to be 13 to South Africa and 10 to the British and Irish Lions. Yes, good team effort, says I Don't Care Media. And also we have got Alan Jones not happy. He is not at this stage. Not sure what he was kind of arguing with, though, at that point, because of the fact it was kind of pretty clear that there was no contact that made the ball go forward. So it's one of those ones, of course, as the captain, you want that try to possibly be disallowed, but it did end up in the situation of still being the way of the Springboks getting the try. And it does now mean that this game is getting a lot closer. We have got Garifin Afrikaans as well. And I'm not too sure what some of that says. Unfortunately, I'm sorry for Afrikaans tipping. I'm English as well. Says Jonas, no worries, mate. It is completely fine. I'm sure there are plenty of people in the chat who will know exactly what you said in that situation. This is amazing. Oh, that was amazing try, Cheslin. Yeah, I thought he was going to have to go back on the inside, but in the end, he was just able to run through the tackle of Liam Williams and then also fend off Cowan-Dickie, which is not an easy man to be able to fend off, that is for sure. But now it's going to be Andre Pollard. They had the advantage there, the Springboks kicking it behind, bit of a nothing kick, and it is going to be taken as the mark for Liam Williams inside of the 22. He has still got the eye at this stage. It's looking a little bit bloody underneath, and 100 Rand is 9.95 New Zealand dollars. says Keith as well. And don't worry, guys, the Box will win. The Lions is stuck at 10, says Ishdad. And also we've got South Africa to win, says Techno Boy. Last minute drop kick to level the match like the last All Blacks versus Lions as well. Now it's going to be kicked in behind, and that's going to be a knock on there. Just outside of the 22, Ali Price putting that one down. And now it does mean that the Springboks are going to have another attacking scrum. And this is somewhere where the British and Irish Lions are going to have to be very careful because of the fact if they end up having a try scored against them here, maybe just a little bit too much to climb back in the last 22 minutes of this one. But it looks like they're going to be going to the bench once again here. And it's going to be Kyle Sinclair making his way out onto the field, or Sinclair, sorry. And also Ali Price coming off the field for Connor Murray. So unfortunately for him, that last drop is going to be the last thing he does of the series. Sinks is on. Katie Price's lad as well, says Marco Vonopolobia. And also we have got Marco Vonopolobia, such a great username. It is indeed. And I love the picture as well. It is crystal clear. Like anytime we have put it up on the screen, like it's just one of those ones, like the image quality is just next level as well. And he is out on the field at the moment, Marco Vonopola. And he had a very good, decent game last week. And I feel like if he can do the same in scrum time here, would help out the British and Irish Lions as they are just outside of their own 22. New front row almost for the Springboks, just the one man of the front six who is unchanged, and that is going to be Stephen Kitsoff between the two sides. And we have got me and my second English brethren are busy packing this down as well, and also Sink walking on the field like a vampire as well, says fantastic charisma. And also we have got, please get in contact with me, please. I will be sure to send you an email. It may not be tonight though, because I may be going to sleep pretty much straight after this live stream, but I will be sure to send you one. I have copied and pasted your name, and I have put it in a Google Drive document, so I will be able to find it at a later date as well. In fact, tell you what, while I am at it, while we are waiting for the scrum reset, we will see how it goes for these two sides. At scrum time, you've got to make sure that you do win the scrum if you have got the opportunity just outside of the 22 for the Springboks here. One more try could be a very good chance indeed. Yes, Springbok as well, says Almeida. And also we have got in there all that KFC paid off as well. And sub future commentator for New Zealand, says Ronaldo. Thank you very much for tuning in, mate. Hugely appreciated. That's going to be a British and Irish Lions scrum feed. Or now they're going to win the penalty there. And Umbunami can't believe it. At this stage, I know time difference as well. Says it was Juraharis. Oh, hopefully I have pronounced that correctly. I did a little bit of a tongue roll there accidentally in that situation. At this stage now, there we go. I have actually sent you a message saying hi on the email just so that I do remember to send it to the right location we have got there. But yeah, that's one thing. I feel like I'm going to have to get some rugby minutes under my belt for the All Blacks before I get to commentate a game of rugby here in New Zealand. They seem to go for those guys who are ex-players, but the front row's just going down there. And in the end now, it does mean that the British and Irish Lions are able to clear their line. Trevor Nakanya, now he absolutely loved coming off the bench in the last match. He was fired up, and he will be hoping that he can have a big impact in this one. I'm about to sneeze at this stage by the feeling of it. But one thing that is awesome with this headset is I have actually got a mute button that I can mute as soon as I sneeze, or before I sneeze. Sam Simmons also out on the field for Jack Conan. My eyes are going to start watering. Can you straighten that picture behind your left shoulder as well? It is, believe it or not, I think it is actually straight. It's just the camera angle, if I'm not wrong. I think it is. It looks wonky, but I think from looking at it, it is actually pretty straight. It is just because of the fact that I'm slightly off and on a tilt on the camera. And unfortunately, I haven't quite stabilized this too well, but now it's going to be Duan Fundermover, going to be driving forward here. 40 meters out here, the British and Irish Lions, they need to make sure they are the next team to score. Is going to be Courtney Laws now driving forward. Sinclair having his first carry of the second half, and Sid's coming onto the field now. It's going to be Russell goes back into the hands of Henshaw. Rush defense from Esabet, but it's going to be a penalty for, I believe it is going to be a shoulder charge. As the call, yes, but Visa looks like he's got a whole heap of blood in his eye as well. It doesn't look ideal. Don't mute as well, says us. It would be very loud for you guys if I did end up sneezing, but luckily seems like it has gone away. And agree, Cameron. Good luck with that one test as well, says Ronaldo. And also we have got there English Orcs on the prowl, says Mark Robertson. And they have got quite a few guys out there as well. I don't see anything from the box that will worry the All Blacks, says Cameron. I think the one big thing for the All Blacks, though, is they need to make sure they give away less than 18 penalties like they gave away up against the Wallabies. Because of the fact that if they end up just continuously giving away the penalties, they could easily allow the box to get that rolling ball going and also just find your way into those games of the Rugby Championship. How much time left at this stage? We have got 18 minutes left in this one, and it is going to be a kick from 44 meters out. Finn Russell now going to be lining up this one for the penalty against the Springboks, possibly trying to get it back to 13-13, 3 points by here. The comeback is on, says Thick Boy, and so much blood out there. Yeah, there have been a lot of cuts around the eyes of players, which of course is never good to see because of the fact that you always worry about when you do get a cut Like, apparently, I haven't ever had a cut around the eye, but when you get blood trickling into the eye, apparently it just feels like a weird stinging sensation. And at this stage now, Halloween Jones, he is fired up at the moment for his boys, but it is back to an even playing field, 13-13, with 18 minutes to go on this one. Too far at sea level, as well, says Ivan. And we have also got from there, how does your voice feel after a live stream, or are you used to it? I don't think it ever has been able to get fully used to it. We've already done the game between the Wallabies and also the All Blacks a little bit earlier on today, and also a game even earlier than that, the Bunnings NBC, and we are going to be doing a couple live streams tomorrow as well. So it's one of those ones, my voice always struggles for a little while, but then at this stage, hopefully it will come back decently. I like your comment, the rugby as well, says Zeronas, and also we have got in there, Marks is good in defence, says Darren Kai, and also please tell my wife I love her, as well, says Donovan. What's happening, Donovan? What's going on? We else got there in the chat? Don't be a small boy, but I agree. As Oil says, I don't care media, and also come online, says Adrian, and let's go box, says Jaden. So at this stage, we have still got a split down the middle into, so who everyone is supporting. If you haven't already, be sure to vote in that poll in the chat. Let's see who is going to be having more momentum going into the final moments of this game. Yankees now going to be coming onto the field. That is replacing Reinach. No Fuff de Klerk here. We've had over 1,200 votes on that poll in the chat, and 77% of you have said that the Springboks are winning this one. Only 3% have said a draw. So it's going to be interesting. Maybe if it is a draw, that will be a drawn series between these two sides, as it is 1-1, but that is almost going to be a penalty, is it, to the British and Irish Lions, asking for it, and it's going to be a penalty instead to the Springboks. Connor Murray there and Quaha Smith just having a bit of a face-off, but that now means that it is going to be the penalty to the Springboks there, and we have also got in there, come on Springboks from Kim Basil, and also let's go Box from Jaden. Also, I agree, Kiwi lad, too many penalties from the boys this morning. Yeah, unfortunately, at the end of the day, 18 penalties. When you give away that many, you're probably very lucky that they were able to win that game, just because of the fact that it's one of those ones that 18 penalties, like Noel Alicio, I believe he got 2 from 6 or 2 from 7 kicks. So that saved the All Blacks big time. But they're going to have to be very careful next time. In the next match, losing your tongue, red leather, the yellow. I can't even say it, John. Red leather, yellow, red leather, yellow leather. That's the thing. I can talk quick, but I can't do tongue twisters, which seems weird to me. Why still 13-10 on the screen, says Timothy. It is actually a live scoreboard. So pretty much I don't have any effect over what they have on that one. But for now, if they do continue to have that for the next minute or so, what I will do is I will be able to switch it up so that I can make my own scoreboard quickly so that you guys can see it down the bottom of the screen. There we go. We will go like this and we will go like this. And until they update that one, we will go back to that down the bottom of the screen, 13-13. Hopefully they do update it soon, but now it's going to be a rolling ball here for the Springboks once again. 40 meters out from the Lions line, and they need to be the next team to score a try, that is for sure, if they do want a chance of being able to win this one. Herschel Young's got the ball at the back. It's kind of stuck in that rolling ball, though, and it's been defended by Maro Itoje, but it's a penalty to the Springboks, and more than likely, will they decide to possibly go for the 3 points? We have Scott would love a draw. Otherwise, I won't get over their stance over the lines. And the AB's last one was a draw. I'm from South Africa, though, says Ronaldo as well. Whoever scores now will win for sure. Could be close. That is for sure. And we have Scott, come on, Connor, you beauty as well, says Ivan. And also we have got Flash for Admin as getting is reeking of ganja. But now they have fixed it. So we will go back to that one and we will get rid of our one as well. There we go. We are back. What is ZA? It depends on what you are on, I think, in terms of the live streaming software or in terms of the chat. But I believe ZA is actually the flag that comes through for South Africa. It is the initials that actually come through for South Africa. I'm not sure why it is ZA, though. Maybe someone in the chat might be able to help you out. I sip 20 liters of bananas and Coke, as well, says Big Boy Crib. I remember that was a challenge back in the day, was you had to eat a banana and then drink some Sprite, I think it was, which would not have been very easy at all. Flash, or I was going to say also Coke and Mentos is one that was a classic, and ZA equals South Africa, and also we have got say it as a draw. Will they have a fourth game? No, they will not. It will finish as a draw. And this one now is going to be a good kick from Mornay Stain, who is out on the field now. And now the score is going to be 16 to South Africa and 13 to the British and Irish Lions. So I think whoever's doing the flash score is maybe South African, because they updated that one extremely quickly. In that regard, we have an alcohol ban in South Africa. Can't even buy a victory beer as well. Yeah, that's one of those hard ones. I know that in Fiji, when they won the Fijian Sevens men's gold medal, well and truly everyone was behind them. And I think there were a lot of lockdown breaches in that regard. But yeah, at this stage, of course, the British and Irish Lions, they'd love to win away from home, but at this stage, the Boks have got the 3-point lead. So we have to wait and see how it goes now. It's going to be taken nicely by Mornay Stain on the 22 now. His own 22, that is, but straight on the ball, Maro Itoje, and he is going to steal that one clean for the British and Irish Lions. Vincent Cock trying to slow that one down, but it is now going to be Connor Murray. Pass it across to Kyle Sinclair, passing it back now, Finn Russell. Robbie Henshaw getting another carry in the second half. And he is trying to link up with the men on the outside. Quick hands from Liam Williams. And now it's going to be Thunder Murphy. He's got the man on the outside. Cuts back on the inside. Big hit from Malcolm Marks. So putting on a big bit of contact between two big men out on the field at the moment. Two South Africans, I guess you could say. But also it is now going to be Ali Price. Goes back to Russell once again. Got the ball to Courtney Laws. Nice little offload. And at this stage now, British and Irish Lions building phases once again. It's going to be Finn Russell running out of the line now. It's going to be Robbie Henshaw trying to step through the tackle of Etzebeth, but he has been dragged down. Still inside of the 22, though. So very good field position. It's going to be Vutapola linking up with Sinclair. Good hands from the two forwards. Now, nice, beautiful inside ball. Josh Adams out in the tackle by Trevor Nakanye. Malcolm Marks trying to get straight in that breakdown. Not quite able to get it, though. Up to 7 phases now for the British and Irish Lions, and they're looking like they're finding a few offloads, finding a bit of a stride here, but Malcolm Marks trying to change it. It's going to be a penalty advantage. Now to the British and Irish Lions. Finn Russell goes back. Kyle Sinclair trying to drive through the tackle. Etzebeth trying to get on the ball as well. And at this stage now, it is in the hands of South Africa, and it is now going to be a penalty to the British and Irish Lions. Willie LaRue not too happy with that challenge from Josh Adams there. And now at this stage, they have got a chance of being able to make it back to 16-16. Go Springboks as well, says Sitter, and also come on the block, says Eliza, and now biting, says Jan Fender. It is indeed. It's going to be going down to the final moments, and I feel like at this stage, the British and Irish Lions, they've got to go for the 3. They can't risk going for the corner. Southwest Shucks as well, says Jonas, and also we have got, and then Mone is so underrated. He's been consistent all these years. He's got a very good kicking game as well, which is one thing that they will be wanting to look for. It is going to be a penalty against Eben Etzebeth, I believe is the call there. But at the stage, let's go Bok, says Nicholas, and also, or Nicholas, sorry. And also we have got always, we will suck. We are a shut country, that as well, says Jonas. I mean, you were able to win the last World Cup, though, for the rugby. That is one thing that South Africa are extremely strong, and also cricket, very decent as well. So sport, I feel like, for South Africa is one of those ones that you have got a lot of talented people who play sport, but not just sport, just in general. I have a few people that I do know from South Africa, but not too many actually in person, which I feel like is one thing. I'd absolutely love to be able to do a tour of South Africa one day and be able to go to a whole heap of rugby games with perhaps you guys who are the subscribers as well. Thanks for doing this as well, says Nathan. No worries, mate. I absolutely love doing these for you guys. They've kicked for the corner, the British and Irish Lions. They are going for the win rather than the draw, taken by Courtney Laws now. And it's going to be driving forward. It's been dragged down by the Springboks, but it is not going to be a penalty advantage now. And it is going to be Ali Price giving it into the hands. Who wants it at this stage? It looks like it is going to be Kyle Sinclair winding up. Going to be tackled nicely by Nakanya, and also Fun starting around the side. Luke Cowan, Dickey getting closer to the line. 10 metres short now. No, sorry, 3 metres short, I should say. Vutapola around the side of the ruck. The Englishman working together. He's going to be held up by the looks of it. Yes, he is. And because of it, it does now mean that it will be a 5-metre scrum now. Looking back at the competition that we had in New Zealand between All Blacks and the Wallabies in the new rule set, if this competition started before the stage of, if this competition started before the 1st of August, this game would have 50-22s and goal line dropouts. Because it was started before the 1st of August, it does mean that we have got a 5-metre scrum for the British and Irish Lions. So that is a big rule change that they are adding into the game. And Eben Etzebeth is down once again. And by the looks of it, he is looking in a bit more discomfort. We have got there, whoever has the balls to go for the try, or for a try at this stage, should be gifted a Kiwi Lads membership as well, says Sebastian. I wish we did have a way of gifting memberships as well. That would be pretty awesome. And we have also got there, thanks Kiwi Lads, tell him to be more optimistic as well, says Big Boy Crib. And also we have got there, thank you for the commentary, 10 out of 10 from Katie Dixon. And also we have got in there, in the chat, Jacobus is not too happy at the moment. Ballsy moved up, ballsy moved by the lines, I should say. Here we go, says Thick Boy. Yeah, they have decided they don't want the draw. They would prefer to be able to score a try late in the second half, because it could be the try that wins them the series. Who had more possession as well, says Cipri. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. But at this stage, while we are waiting for the stoppage to be over, I will get you guys the stats. At this stage, it is 58% of the possession going to the British and Irish Lions, 66% of which was in the first half. More defenders beaten by South Africa. And in the end, the tackles made so far, 12 missed tackles by the Springboks of the 105, 51 tackles made by the British and Irish Lions, 6 missed tackles there for them as well. But at this stage, it seems like could be going either way in the later stages. Big Boy Red as well, says Jonas. And also we have got in there rugby for the purists. And also we have got there, they should definitely go for tries. Otherwise, South Africa winning with a kick. That is true. You want to be able to make it more than 3 points as the difference. And with the try, they would be able to do so because of the fact that then we would be sitting at a total of 4 points difference. And then they need to try to be able to get back into it. The Springboks is going to be interesting, that is for sure. And we have got flipping my nerves as well, says Betty V. And also we have got there into the chat, please give me a shout out. Please shout out to Donovan, who is in the chat. The front rows have gone down, and now it's just playing on the nerves as well. I believe that is for Bertie V because of the fact that we are going to have another scrum reset in this matchup. Still could go either way. Final moments of this game. If the British and Irish Lions score here, I don't believe a draw is on the cards. But if they don't score here, maybe if they take on the 3 points later on in this game. Only 9 minutes left as well. Every country have shut as well, says Jonas. Yeah, it has. And at this stage, I believe New Zealand have closed their travel bubble with Australia, which does make it very difficult for the teams to go back and forth for the Bledisloe Cup. But I believe at this stage, we have got 2 games at Eden Park, and then the next game after that is going to be taking place it will be Perth Optus Stadium. It's not a free kick here for the British and Irish Lions, but it is going to be another scrum reset. I've just bitten through my lip as well, says Ivan. That would have been painful. I ran into a door before this live stream, fun fact. You got to go through the gap in the door, I've learned, rather than just smacking into the side of the frame. But yeah, I'm not concussed, which is a good sign. Only smacked my arm. But at this stage, 100s in the chat from Katie Dixon. The golden 100 as well. Anyone who was wondering what that emoji means, it is our 101st live stream now that we have done on the channel for a live rugby union game, which is absolutely incredible that we've only been going 9 months. And in that time, have done so many of these. And we have got another 100 in us, that is for sure. But yeah, if you do want to become a channel member to be able to use those emojis, the link is in the chat there. And it is the ability of being able to use those emojis. And also you do get a badge. It's going to be a penalty to the Springboks. Only a few meters out from their line. And what a time that is for them to be able to win that penalty. It was against Kyle Sinclair. And it was Trevor Nakanye, I believe, who was able to win that penalty for his side. But yeah, that is also the link in the chat for the channel memberships if you guys do want to do so. Although it is a $5 New Zealand a month charge. So I do understand if you guys do not want to go down that line. We have got respect for the commentary, or respect to your commentary, says I don't care media. And also imagine losing to one country, even though you combine 4 as well, says Big Boy Crib. Game's not over yet, though. There are still 8 minutes left. So it could be a very close indeed, oh Lord, says Cypriam. And also we have got there, mate, please, I like you, Chanel, as well. And also we have got Let's Go Bok from Nicholas. And once again, happy 100 plus 1, everyone. I'm having a cracking time, says Sebastian. I am glad to hear it, mate. And hopefully everyone else is enjoying. If you are, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. We were trying to hit 4,500 subscribers by the end of this live stream. We are sitting on 4,477. So we've got 23 to go before we get to 4,500. But if you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button. It is hugely appreciated. And we are going to be covering the Springboks taking on the Pumas and also the All Blacks when we do get to see it. But now it's going to be a good rolling ball here for the Boks. Driving towards the touchline here, but they have been able to cut back on the inside. Kwaha Smith, they made about 30 meters from that rolling ball there, the Springboks. And now it is going to be Herschel Yankees. Only 7 minutes left in this game now. And that is going to be almost a knock-on, was it? Yes, it was. So now it will be the scrum feed for Connor Murray. No, it is going to be, actually, they're going with the advantage. The ball was still available for the British and Irish Lions. Robbie Henshaw up the middle here. And he is going to be fending off Sia Khaleesi, dragged down by Damien Dialende. But that will almost be advantage over, I would think. At this point, they're trying to get all over that ball. Look, Kanyuam taking out the halfback. And now because of it, that could be an easy opportunity to take the 3 points. Finn Russell, though, is going to be taking this ball. Does he take the 3 or do they decide to go for the corner once again? That's a big question here. This is a huge decision. I don't know what they're going to do. Finn Russell there. They are going to take on the shot. Score as well, says Enrico. At the stage, it is 16 to South Africa. Could be 16 to the British and Irish Lions if they can get this kick. Normally, is one of those ones. I like your Chanel. I'm not too sure what Chanel is. I don't get media, though. So, yeah, I'm not too sure what that is. And game overs, man. They don't push to the end as well, says Ronaldo. And also, and there we have got to take the 3 here, Finn. And a big 3, says Vaughan. Yeah, at this stage, it's going to be interesting. The final moments of this game. I'm not even from South Africa or the Northern Hemisphere, but I am nervous for both of these sides. Finn Russell normally safe as houses when it comes to these kicks, which is why this one, if there is anything to happen here, it could be a miss, just because of the fact that I'm in that situation of it being able to jinx a lot of people. But I feel like Finn Russell from here, straight out in front, 35 out. He has got it 16 all into this game at the moment. Just to mention, it's got, oh, I do like your channel as well, says a big boy. And also we have got the Lions quite as well, says David. All the Lions were quiet. And we have got RG, thanks man, says Rolly. And also we have got there, cheers Finn, brother. 5 minutes left at a draw. Yeah, that's the thing. If it ends in a draw, it will be a tied series as well. There will be no winner. There will be no golden point. There will be no playoff game. It will just be the draw between these two sides. And what a way to finish it if it was the case. 100 plus 100 plus 100 plus 100 plus 10 plus 10 equals. That would be, of course, 420, your magic number. Mark over for the bowler. And we have what's got there. Lions are going to regret not going for the penalty kicks this Rio game. Yeah, that's the thing. At this stage, if they hadn't gone for the corner, they would be 3 points ahead. But I guess it's one of those ones that maybe the way that the game played out after that stage could have changed as well. It's very hard to predict, but it is going to be now. Connor Murray got this ball just outside of the 22, gives it to Cowan Dickey now. Let's cut him back on the inside. Cowan Dickey making a lot of meters, but he is dragged down by Quaha Smith now, 35 out from their own line. Marco Vonapola running through. Good run from the big loose head prop. Now going back across, Finn Russell kicks it in behind, going for a bit of territory down the middle of the field. It is going to be pulling up just inside of the in goal. Yes, it is. So now, oh, it's been dropped as well. But now they're going to be under a huge amount of pressure. They are allowed to take this one to ground, which it is going to be the case. Willie LaRue is waving the finger at the moment. He is saying that it is going to be a 22 dropout, and that is exactly what it is going to be. But Mornay Stain put himself under a lot of pressure there. I like your channel as well, says a veteran. And we have got there my heart rate, says Katie. And also we have got, if they go for the corner a third time, it would have been 9 points they burned since the pen last first half. Could have been ahead. And also we have got, hey bro, South Africa going to take it in the last minute, says Sever. And also we have got, well, it must be 2 to the Lions and 1 to South Africa, says Zeronas. That is only if they can get some more points, but it is going to be Mornay Stain dropping that ball. So that is why it is a 22 dropout, because he was inside of the in-goal area. Well, Robbie Henshaw, bit of a slip, and the Springboks pounced all over him there. Franco Moster trying to get that one, not able to. Going back now. Going to be once again Russell putting the high ball, so going for a bit more territory here. And that is a bit of a nothing kick, but it is going to be bouncing nicely for the Springboks once again. And the last time that they kicked the ball away with the high boot did actually lead to Cheslin Colby scoring, but it looks like Herschel Yankees is going to be returning fire. It's an advantage for the knock-on here. So he is going to be putting up the box kick, so that will be advantage over. Looking like a challenge in the air, not taken nicely by Finn Russell. And now it's going to be another advantage for the Springboks, about 30 out from the line. Damien Dialende with a good leg drive. Courtney Norris now getting close to the ball. 3 minutes left. Do they go for a drop kick here? The Springboks. It's going to be a wait and see situation. My voice is trying to leave me at this stage, but hopefully it does last throughout the last stages of this one. But now Herschel Yankees once again going to be passing it back by the looks of it. Are they going drop kick or are they going for a kick here? It looks like Mornay Stain could be setting up soon in the pocket. And it was questioned before the game, maybe or not. Finn Russell would be able to get the last minute one. But is this going to be the case? It looks like Herschel Yankees passing it across to the forwards. They are just teasing us at this stage here, the box. Can they get the drop kick? That would win them the series. It's going to be a penalty. They're not going to need it. He's taking it quickly, though. And it's going to be a penalty. Once again, I believe. What just happened there? Mornay Stain will be fuming. Okay, so it is going to be a penalty for the Springboks. But Herschel Yankees took the quick tap. But he was trying to get the kick a little bit closer, I believe, was the call there. So it was not rolling away, and then the players weren't back 10. So it has meant now that it will be a little bit closer. Tell you what, Mornay Stain was not happy. Oh, my voice is going. We have got the Karens in the chat as well. Oh, my God, says Katie. And also we have got Wallabies need a kicky Kiwi Dave as well, says Dave in the chat. Yeah, unfortunately for them, it did blow a golden opportunity to be able to beat the All Blacks. But it will be interesting to see how it goes next week, whether or not he still has the kicking responsibilities, not Lolesio, and or whether or not they go with Matt Tamora instead, who had a very good game off the bench, and no draws box must win as well, says Veteran. And now it's going to be an ideal opportunity for the Springboks here to be able to give themselves a little bit more of a lead, or give themselves a lead back, I should say, in this close game. Mornay Stain straight out in front, about 30 out or so. It's going to be a good opportunity. Jack Conan, he is looking heartbroken on the sideline because he knows that could be the series for them, depending on how this goes. We have got, he doesn't look happy, says Rio Gamer. Yeah, he looks disappointed. Jack Conan would have loved to be able to do a little bit more for his side as well. In the chat, says Rio Gamer. And at this stage now, Mornay Stain, the time is on. He has got time to be able to take this one. It won't use up all of the clock, though. So there is still a chance that the Lions may be able to get a tie. But at this stage, 34 metres out, Mornay Stain. He is another player who I say as safe as houses. Mornay won't miss now, and Henry Samuel has woken up. Welcome into the live stream, mate, at this stage. 16-all with only a minute to go in this one, and Mornay staying with a kick to come. Has he got it here, Mornay Stain? Yes, he does. And now the score with 1 minute left on the clock. It is going to be the Springboks 19 and the British and Irish Lions 6. Slaughter as well says fantastic charisma. This is crazy, says it is indeed. And also game over, says Cameron. And that's a hoorah. At the stage, so 1 minute left in this game. So the Springboks have to hang on to the ball. I'm not going to be reading the chat for the next kind of minute or so because of the fact that this is going to be another chance for the British and Irish Lions. And I don't want to have it that I am just a little bit behind, that you guys may see it before me, but now it's going to be Cowan Dickey now running it forward. Vincent Koch is the man making the tackle on him. Now it's going to be going back. Finn Russell gives it to Robbie Henshaw. It's going to be one last attack here for the British and Irish Lions. Can they get themselves either the draw or the win? That's a question. But Malcolm Marks, think he left his feet there, but he is going to almost, is that going to be the penalty? Sia Khaleesi now trying to rip it away. I believe that is playing the ball on the ground, and it's going to be, it's a scrum feed for the British and Irish Lions. Big moment there, that is for sure. I said that I wasn't reading the chat, but I just read the chat. But we have got sort of final score vibes as well, says a veteran. Almost 1K viewers as well. Yeah, we've got a huge amount of people tuning in for this one. If you guys are new, be sure to hit that subscribe button. We are at this stage on the road to 4,500 subscribers, and we were only 23 away earlier on in the second half. Now we are sitting at 10 away. So if you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button. We are going to be covering the Springboks versus Pumas games as well as the All Blacks taking on the Pumas as well. And also, I guess I should say the All Blacks versus the Springboks. That is a big game, the 100th match between those two sides. Time to drink hand sanitizer, says JP, and also Stain took it back and didn't place it. We'll play Rassi as well, says Smitty, and also we have got there, Bok says Zalazia. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. I feel like I had a shocker, but now at this stage, it is going to be one last play for the British and Irish Lions. The clock has stopped at 79 minutes, 59 seconds. Final scrum of this match. If the Boks can get the penalty at scrum time, they will win the series. And it will be the first time that a home series has been won by a side who did lose the first game since 1989. And if they have been able to do so, it would be absolutely incredible for them. No crowd in attendance for this one. They have got a few camera support, or a few cameramen, and also some staff there, but no one near, or nowhere near this crowd that they would have been wanting in that situation, I should say. But now Conor Murray has got the job of putting the ball in. This needs to be a good hook from the front row for the British and Irish Lions here if they want any chance of winning this game and being able to win the series in South Africa. Has been put in, and it's gone down in the front row. It's a penalty to the Springboks. And because of it now, Sia Khaleesi is fired up, and that will mean now that all they have to do is kick this ball out after taking the quick tap, and the Springboks will win the series at home. Cape Town Stadium. We've had all three test matches played at this location, but the Springboks 19 points to 16 will be the final score with this ball going out into touch. And they have been able to win that series. Like I mentioned, 1989, the last time a home side, or just a side in general, I believe, after losing the first game, were able to win the series. The front row's going down, and it was Vunapola on the far side, I believe, who did struggle a little bit there. Hundreds in the chat from Rio Gamer. Also from everyone else, I do appreciate every single one of you for being here. Of course, we've got that opportunity to mention a few of the key moments in this one. The Lions, they went aggressively for the corner in that one, but Franco Moster, he has got the blaster on the nose, but he is absolutely loving the fact that they were able to get the win there, the Springboks, and they were able to win the World Cup in 2019, this is their 5th game since that World Cup, if not less than that. I think it is actually only the 4th, and one is South Africa A, and they have just been able to win the British and Irish Lions tour of South Africa. And the boys, you can see the emotion on their face. Mornay Stain able to get the final kick of this game that was able to secure it for the Springboks. We have got one country, just bet 4 countries combined, says Big Boy Cravat. Of course, you mentioned it earlier on. Now that the match is over, you are able to say it as well. Well done, South Africa, says Adrian. I'm very disappointing from the Lions. They look so fired up before the tests. Yeah, it's one of those ones, unfortunately. Their aggression in this game, they decided to go for the corner a couple times rather than taking on the 3 points. And in the end, it would have been in the difference between the two sides. We appreciate you too, Ruben, as well, says Vaughan. And also we have got there, we are the champions. So says YouTube user. And also we have got, are you going to do a post-match review? I am indeed. We are going to be starting that at around 6:15 New Zealand time. And we are going to be going for around half an hour, talking about all of the events that did take place in this game. And there are a few of them. That is for sure. Great talk. Congratulations to the Springboks. Yeah. At the end of the day, the fact that this tour was able to take place and all of the games for this test series were able to happen, it's just absolutely well done to everyone who was involved at the ground. All of the people who were able to keep those bubbles intact for long enough for this to take place is just absolutely incredible. And a big welcome, or not a big welcome, but a big well done to not just the players out on the field, but the players off the field who we don't really get to see too much of, but they were able to keep this one going. But yeah, anyone who is new, be sure to hit that subscribe button. We are currently 3 subscribers away from hitting 4,500. So if you do want to help us out, it is hugely appreciated, all you guys being here for this live stream. Morne Stain in 2009 and 2021 as well, says Marco Vonapolvi. And also we have got a cup of tea and cones, says Tesla. And also we have got there, we are the world champions, but the Lions gave a very good account of themselves. Yeah, very good series for the Lions, having some very big wins over this provincial sides in South Africa. And also, we got to remember they won the first match as well, but then from there, 2-1 in the end is going to be the score for the Springboks. And thanks, Kiwi lad, says Margaret. And also we have got in there South Africa world champions, says Masisi. And also we have got great commentary from a Lions supporter in West Yorkshire. So I am glad you enjoyed, Ben, and I do appreciate you guys all being here for this live stream. It has made it that much more fun. At the moment, we are sitting at 6:09 a.m. here in New Zealand, but wasn't going to be missing this match for the world, definitely because of the fact knew you guys would turn up in numbers in the chat, and it just has been that much fun that we are surely going to be doing a lot more of these in the future. We have got, this was our 101st live stream that we have done on the channel for a rugby union live commentary. So it's one of those ones we've been able to hit that number in only 9 months. So we have got plenty more coming in the future. But yeah, if you are new, be sure to hit that subscribe button, because we are going to be covering a lot more games in the future. And also at this stage, it does mean that, yeah, we are at 4.5k subscribers, which is very awesome indeed. But yeah, in the end, the Springboks able to win this one 19 points to 16 to be able to secure the series for the Springboks. The one try scorer for South Africa, Cheslin Colby, in the 55th minute. The one try for the British and Irish Lions, scored by Ken Owens, and that was scored in the 18th minute of this one. And in the end, just the penalties were the difference in this one. And we have got from a Box fan, or an All Blacks fan, well done, Box, says it is what it is. And also, I know you're good. I know your time. Good night, mate, as well. Although we have got still our post-match review that we are going to be doing on the channel, where we will talk about all the events that did happen in this game. But I will mention also, if anyone does want access to those golden emojis in the chat that we have got, and also there is a Kieran emoji, which is this giant inflatable All Black here, be sure to hit that channel membership button. It is $5 New Zealand a month, but it gives you access to a whole heap of added features to the channel, and it does help support us so that we can keep on doing these live streams middle of the night. We are going to be continuing to go for all of these ones. We'll join soon as well, says Margaret. And also, please do a post-match review with the Rugby Guru. I will try and get in contact with him, Barry, although the last couple times that I have messaged him, he hasn't actually answered, unfortunately. So it is one of those ones, a little bit tricky in that regard, but hopefully we'll be able to get in contact with him. And also, thanks so much to you at the Bay game, maybe. I'm hoping to, although I think it all depends. If I get to sleep before 8 a.m., I think I will be able to get up for that game. But if it is after 8 a.m., I think, unfortunately, I will end up in that situation of sleeping through that one, but then doing the game for Canterbury versus, it will be Auckland. And we have got awesome commentary, says Oliver. And also we have got there $4 or, $4 if you are in the USA as well, says Katie. And she is, of course, a member of the channel. And so we have got there. Thanks to the Lions for the adrenaline. Well done, Bok, says Johan Van Torde. And also we have got, no, that's cool. Then we can talk. Where do we play? As well, says Jaradas. I believe it does take you to a link, or it does take you to a page on the channel membership, if I'm not wrong. But that link, I think, takes you to a join button. Maybe. I haven't actually done too much of it. We only recently added them to the channel, so I'm not too sure about how it works. Great work on the commentary, Kiwi, as well, says Anthony. And thank you very much, mate, for tuning in for it. Yes, Bok, test victory, as well, says Joseph. Yeah, the first time since 1989 that a team has been able to fight back from behind and win a series after losing the first. So extremely well done from the Springboks there. And at the stage, we have got How's It all the way from the Caribbean. And being a South African, thank you so much for your commentary. I'm unable to watch any matches this side of the world, so this sure helps as well, says John. And I am glad that you did enjoy, and hopefully you were able to follow along with the game as well as hopefully you could in that situation. My commentary at one stage, we talked about food a lot in the middle stage, but we got through it in the end. And good job, man, as well from Nadas. And also we have got the British. So we'll say, or the British will say South Africa cheated again, says Rolly. Of course, that's one thing that I feel like in the media throughout this whole tour, it has been all about the refereeing and also the off-field kind of drama that has been taking place. So hopefully for this game, people look at it and go, well, it was a very good close game of rugby to finish a tour that, for one thing, is just absolutely brilliant that we were able to see all of the games take place. Like, because of the fact that there has been so much work behind the scenes for all of these teams to be able to do this. And yeah, for them to be able to finish this tour out is pretty awesome. What a series. Go Bok from the USA, says Mark as well. And I'm in Cape Town. We'll check it out, says Geras. Hopefully I pronounced your name correctly, but I feel like I do get it wrong a little bit. They should start wearing black if they want to win against South Africa as well. Says sorry, I'm not going to be able to pronounce that. Maybe it's Impumelilo. Hopefully I pronounced that somewhere close to correct. But nonetheless, we are going to be at the end of this series. Do thank you all very much for tuning in. We are going to be starting a post-match review at maybe around 6:20 a.m. New Zealand time. But nonetheless, thank you all very much for tuning in. It has been an awesome series to follow on this channel. And I hope you guys have all been enjoying. I reckon you've got more South Africa subscribers than any other nation. Could you check that on DSTV? It's stupid expensive here. So a lot of us can't watch unless we go out, says Gareth. So maybe that will be the case. I know that we've got quite a New Zealand base from Super Rugby, but also I feel like second, it's probably South Africa and Fiji are probably our other two big ones that we have got. So it's one of those ones that, hopefully it is that situation of you guys from South Africa will enjoy the commentary that we do provide on the channel for the other games coming up for the Rugby Championship. And also, I'm hoping to get back into the Curry Cup very soon as well. But nonetheless, thank you all very much for tuning in. You should call us Great South Africa as well, says Chris Venter. And also we have got there Go On Bok, says Zero. But nonetheless, thank you all very much for tuning in. And I will see you all in a short moment for a post-match review of this British and Irish Lions versus Springbok matchup. But thank you very much.